Okay, what up, people? Mike says in a building. Got my people with me. Immobilarity 1.
Choo.
Triboro.
What up?
Triboro Gigolo was
Yeah,
popping.
show me.
Yeah. Got something special for y'all niggas today, man. 1 year ago yesterday, the legendary Prodigy passed away of Mobb Deep. And we're gonna break down a whole Mobb Deep discography, and plus my man Steven wanted us to do like solo albums as well. So we can definitely get into that. I'm gonna open up the chat, see who's up in there. 2 viewers. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
So
Just asking because it was like dumb quiet. I didn't know. I
nah,
get
just
scared
letting you
when that shit
speak.
happens. You know what I mean?
No,
Because it happened to me and you before, Steven.
yeah.
Bunch of dumb shit.
Yeah, you know what computers, man, and software, man, it's always glitches no matter what. It's nothing perfect.
You hear kind of a feedback because I have my phone on. Turn that volume down. Who's up
You know
in
what I
here?
said?
Yes, say it again.
No, I
About
was just
the
saying, like, with
software.
computers, yeah, software, like, there's always glitches.
Phones too can be a bitch too for no fucking reason.
True.
I want to get a new one just in case because this is a
Yeah,
platform that I really enjoy, and this is a new fucking phone too. But you never know, you
right,
know.
right, right, right.
4 viewers. Who's up in here? Let it be known. I'm in a Mobb Deep mood too, so
Yeah.
it's always good to talk about discographies when you listen to this shit, you know,
Hmm.
like freshly.
Facts.
Let's see. 4 people, no one's really talking. Who's up in here, yo? We could just start the show. Fuck it, you know.
Yeah.
You can like, how'd you get into Mobb Deep, Steven? Like, how did you
Oh,
come?
thank you for asking.
Yeah,
This I got into Mob Deep back in 2000. It was in junior high school. It was a school called Christopher Robin Academy in Queens, in Laurelton, which is no longer in business, became a pharmacy. That school is where LL Cool J, Tashina Arnold went to school at, but LL Cool J got kicked out because he was a bad dude. He was a bad kid. So from what I've been told, and there was this dude named Michael, and like I told you before, Mike, when it came to like hip hop, like I was only stuck on like anything that has to do with Def Squad or Wu Tang. So I wasn't listening
yeah,
to anything else. Like you cannot tell me shit about those groups. Um, so he was a big mob head. So he was telling me like the names of the albums and shit. Like at the time, he was telling me about Juvenile Hell, the infamous Hell on Earth, Murder Music. And I love the titles of those names, so it made me want to go check them niggas out. So my nigga Aaron from my block, you know what I'm saying? He had the Murder Music album, but he had the bootleg, not the leak joint, but like the retail joint, but it was bootleg and shit, like the retail joint.
yeah.
And I fucking loved every song of it, man. Like I used to always listen to Adrenaline. That's the shit that I played a lot. That
Oh,
yeah, What's Your Poison? Illustrious, joints like that, you know what I'm saying? And from then on, I've been a fan since. But the first Mobb Deep album I
Right.
copped was Hell on Earth. And then
yeah.
ever since then, like when I bought that album, I was like, I fell in love and shit like that. We'll get down to why, that album is like my favorite album, but that's pretty much it. That's how I got into Mobb Deep.
All right. I'll set it off. Then Tribal can follow. For me, I was sitting on my living room floor,
Yeah.
and I used to watch. I was like addicted to BET. It was like
Right.
1995. It was the summer
Right.
of '95. Like Cuban Links was about to come out, you know.
Right.
And I seen the Shook Ones video. You know, you got the niggas in the Prodigy and the homeboy in the kitchen. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? The stove on. You know what they're doing in there.
Yeah.
And P riding around with the Hennessy jersey and shit, the
Yup.
bandana on his head. And just when I heard Shook One's Part 2, I was just blown the fuck away. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I went out that summer, and I seen a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. You know, with Ivan Ooze and shit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's after I seen that, I went to go pick up Only Book for Cuban Links and Infamous, and I had a portable tape player, and I played it the whole ride fucking home.
Wow.
I was just blown up. I was blown away. You know, from that point on, Mobb Deep remained my favorite duo ever. You know what I mean? Like, ever, dude. Like, no one tops them for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, Outkast is, really up there for me too, but they're not fucking with the Mob. I don't give a fuck what niggas say about Andre being more lyrical. Just that
Oh
may be
yeah,
a fact,
absolutely.
Yeah.
but MOBB for life, nigga. Like, that shit just. I was speaking Dunlingo because of this nigga, a Massachusetts nigga.
Right.
Because of Prodigy, you know what I mean? I was calling my niggas Dunn and Kiko and shit, like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
All that shit.
Same.
But yeah, that's basically it. Just didn't stop from there. And then I was luckily around when like Hell on Earth came out. I was there for the release date of that. Like
Oh
the
shit.
picture, I don't know if you've seen a picture of me with the Georgetown pullover jacket, starter jacket
Yeah, I
back in
remember.
'96. Yeah,
Nah, I never seen it.
that's it's on my Instagram. That's the day I got that album.
Oh
Like my
shit.
memory is vivid. The day it came out, and then the Murda Muzik story, but we'll get into that later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How I got that and all that. But that's basically it. You know,
Okay.
Triboro.
Dope story.
Yeah, you too, bro.
Thanks, man.
No problem. Yo, Triboro, how'd you get into the Mob?
I got into Mob with I think it was the Infamous album first because I didn't really pay attention to them when Juvenile Hell came out,
Yeah,
and like I always like read up on them on like in the Source magazine or whatever. But like yeah, Infamous was like my introduction to them, and when um when Shook Ones came out, it was like nothing I ever heard before at that time. So I was like, yo, like who these niggas, and when the album came out, I borrowed the cassette from my homeboy, and then I just fell in love with the album, and then I just went out and bought the album, and it's been like history from there. So that was my introduction to them.
hell yeah, hell yeah.
Right.
So, you want to start off with the Juvenile Hell?
Yes, sir.
All right. See, I didn't learn of this album till later, yo. So like around the time that like Hell on Earth came out, you know,
Right.
and I never physically like owned the album. I never owned it, but I wouldn't hear it well over to like '99. You know what I mean? When I was in middle school, about to go to high
Okay.
school. My boy Ray, you know, was originally from Queens as well. Um, he moved to Massachusetts in '98, and we took a liking because we were into wrestling. You know what I mean? When the Attitude Era was popping off, and not only that, like we just got real close because of hip hop, and he played me Juvenile Hell, and I didn't really hit me because I already heard Infamous and Hell on Earth and
Right.
Murda Muzik at the time, so I was like, yo, this is kind of weak. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's my personal opinion. Like I'm in the
Yeah,
minority, but I like the Infamy over this.
yeah,
You
Right.
know. But the standout tracks that I really like, I like Peer Pressure. You know,
Right.
that video is dope. You got two little niggas in hoodies with fucking like pickaxes and shit.
Yeah.
You know. Then bitch ass nigga, one of my favorite tracks on there.
Yeah.
Um, what else I like on there? Stomp 'em out,
Yeah.
locked up
Big
in
noise first
Spofford.
appearance.
Yeah, and the album cover is sick though. Niggas rocking the Timbs and
Yeah.
Havoc got the pickaxe in his hand.
right.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like a demo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Prodigy said the same thing about the record.
Right.
But overall, it's a like I need that in my collection. And these, like you say, these fucking culture vultures. Since Prodigy passed, they boost up the fucking price, and that's stupid
Yeah,
as fuck.
man. Hate that.
Yeah,
You know. But Yeah, overall, it's an okay album. It's not my favorite Mobb Deep album. I'll definitely pick it over Blood Money though. You
Oh
know,
yeah, bar
Wow.
you
none,
know,
bar
and
none.
yeah, but yeah, it could have been better. And I think Primo should have worked with them on later albums instead of just this one. You know, just my opinion.
Right,
I agree.
But
no
that's
doubt.
my thoughts on Juvenile Hell. You know what I mean? Didn't really hit me because, like I said, I already heard the other three, and that's just like it's kind of like was like
Right.
uh hit it from the back video was funny though. I get a kick out of that. I get these two little niggas with all these older bitches with big fat asses.
Hell yeah.
You know, so that shit cracks me the fuck up. Yo, it always cracks me up. But yeah, that's
They
my
were definitely
thoughts.
ahead of their time.
Yeah, Steven or Triboro can go.
I mean, for me, I never listened to the Juvenile Hell album. Like I listened to like Peer Pressure, like the singles that came out and hit it from the back, but I never listened to like the whole album.
Yeah,
But I agree with you, Mike. I feel like Primo should have worked with them like later on in their career.
imagine that. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
that
that'd be
would have been
fire.
dope. Like to get Primo on like Infamous or something like that, or Murder Music. But I never like actually listened to Juvenile Hell. Only like heard the singles.
Yeah, because for
You
me,
know.
it's not that memorable. You know,
Yeah.
it's not that good. It's my personal opinion. I like
And
some
you
songs.
remember back like back when was it like 92 that came out? 92?
93.
like
93.
that back then
Yeah,
we had like a hip hop like youth movement going on with Crisscross and with illegal
Yeah, the
and
youngster.
youngsters and I felt like Mobb Deep they didn't want to be in that group with the rest of those other groups.
Right.
But yeah, I haven't I gotta listen to that, but I never really listened to that.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, the sentiments is the same as both of yous. I kind of like it a little bit more than you guys, but it's still not as good as the other ones, obviously. But at the time, like, they was trying to get like more producers, like, like the Pete Rocks and the Primos and stuff like that. They were able to get like whatever they could, but some of those producers were like charging like their whole album budget and stuff like that, which was
Right,
crazy. You know what I'm
right,
saying? But it was okay. Like I like some of the beats, like the joints I like. I like the intro. I like the beat for that. Me and my crew. I thought that was to me like one of the best tracks off the album. Locked in Spofford. For those who don't know what Spofford is, Spofford, which is no longer in business, they closed that down. But it was a juvenile detention center in the Bronx. It was like some wild shit. It was like it was like the Rikers Island of juvenile hell of the
yeah,
juvenile detention centers. Like that's how crazy that shit was. Um,
crazy,
I love the peer pressure joint. Love the video. Um, I think Prodigy said in the interview that Havoc almost chopped pretty much hit his Havoc almost hit Prodigy's head in the video and shit like that. This shit was crazy. I'm like, damn, these niggas is wild. Hold down the fort. Love that joint. Bitch ass niggas. Hit it from the back, stomp him out, which was Big Noise first appearance on Wax and Project Hallways. It was like my favorite joints off the album. But yeah, definitely you could tell it was like a demo album. They were just starting off. You know what I mean? I've heard worse, but yeah, it could have been a lot better. And also too, Prodigy actually taught Havoc how to make beats because the keyboard sampler that he uses, which I use the and Sonic EPS 16 Plus keyboard sampler. That was Prodigy's at first, but then Havoc, pretty much bogarted the shit, and then he just deboed that shit, and then the shit that we love later on, he used it, years later. So
right.
yeah. Got your thoughts on Juvenile House, Steven?
yeah, like I said, it could have been better.
Yeah, I feel you. I just want to
Yeah.
mention those. How about those clean ass fucking Nikes in the peer pressure video?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo. Woo.
Now, I always equate this to the Fugees, with Blunted on
Mm.
Reality. Blunted on
Yeah.
Reality was, in my opinion, hot garbage. Other
Uh,
than two tracks, you know,
Yeah.
I threw
I'll
it
pick
away.
Juvenile. Oh, word? Yeah, you said that, Triboro. Yeah, remember that. I'll choose Juvenile Hell over that by a fucking country mile, though.
Oh,
You know what I?
absolutely.
Oh, you know what
Definitely.
I mean? But they have something in common. Like their first albums were not even close to their sophomore joints. You know. And I
Yeah,
already told the story how I got into Mobb Deep and how I bought the Infamous and shit. And this album undoubtedly is in my top 5 albums of all time, any genre.
right.
The Infamous blew me the fuck away. I love the album cover. You know, it got the, when it says Welcome to Queensbridge kind of sign, but it says the Infamous Mobb Deep. You got the whole crew in the corner, you know. You got Twin and them niggas. And Godfather's there too.
Yeah,
Very dope album cover. I love that album cover. And the album just starts off so haunting with the start of your ending for the first side, man. That shit so dark. You know what I mean? They both killed it lyrically.
yeah,
Um,
Definitely.
Survival of the Fittest. Big single, dope video. Niggas in bulletproof vests, the Tims, the army jackets. That's the era that I love. You know what I mean? Just
same here.
and that song is fucking amazing. Havoc killed that shit. If I had to, overall a favorite track, like just if I had to pick one track, it would have to be Up North Trip. That shit is
Ooh,
just I
Dope.
fucking love that shit. You know, like I always say, I can't say this enough. I know it sounds like a broken record, but music brings you back. You know,
yeah,
and luckily I was in a building. I was young, but I was in a building when the shit was popping, and I had the cassette. And I remember at my old projects listening to this album. I'm transported right back there every time I put that shit on. Um, Trife Life. Dope storytelling.
ooh,
Uh, QU Hectic is fucking. I love that shit. Um, Eye for an Eye with Nas and Raekwon. Like,
ooh,
and not only a dope song, but that's how I live my life. You know,
right.
and I always will. If you're my nigga and you got beef, then that nigga's my enemy too. I think it should be like that.
Right.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean? That's real shit, and they
yeah,
all kill it. There's pictures out there that you see Nas, Mobb Deep, and Ray, and you know it's
Yeah.
from that session. Niggas just smoking blunts and shit,
uh,
and you know it's from that session, and they created Magic, that joint, and right back at you with Ghost and Ray. I love that shit. So haunting. Just an amazing album. Cradle to the Grave also.
ooh,
That's so dark and shit. Party Over, another dark track. Drink Away the Pain with Q-Tip on the boards, man.
ooh.
Love that
Love that
song.
shit, man.
Yeah,
Yes. And
wish they had a
Strip
video
Ones
for
Part
that.
2. Yeah, imagine that.
Ooh,
And the way they, talk about liquor like they were bitches. That shit was
yeah,
so clever.
yeah,
That shit was clever. And hands down my favorite Mobb Deep album, but the next
right.
joint is could be my favorite too. That's so close to y'all. You
Mm,
know? They're really close. But yeah, man, that's my thoughts on the Infamous, man. What can I say? Just a fucking stellar album, a masterpiece. Like when it comes to albums like this and Only Built for Cuban Links and Iron Man, like it doesn't get any better than this in my opinion. You know what I mean? This is the
Yeah.
pinnacle of greatness in hip hop. Like
yeah,
point blank,
it's a
period. Like
perfect
like I
album.
told, yeah, like I said before, in hip hop, period, for me, even though Biggie's my favorite rapper, there's nothing touching Wu and Mob for me. Nothing. And Nas
Nah,
too. Like early
yeah,
Nas. There's not.
oh
That's my
yeah,
favorite hit. And like Boot Camp, throw Boot Camp in there too. Like there's nothing better in hip hop for me. Just for me. Like that's my favorite shit ever. Wu Mob, Nas, Boot Camp. Like that's my favorite shit. And
yeah.
the Infamous is just a stellar masterpiece. So you guys can go. This album is just fucking immaculate.
You could go Triboro, and I'll go last.
For me, like just listening to the album and the production is what got me first. Is like I was like, well, who's doing these beats? I mean, it wasn't no Pete Rock or Cream on the album or Lost Professor, and I was like, well, this guy Havoc got something here, like his beats were just crazy. Like they were real like sinister melodies and the hi hats and the bass was You know, it was kicking, and then the songs was like you know, Shook Ones was like the anthem. That was
Yeah,
like a real the real like hit for New York at that time.
right.
You know, it's like you couldn't miss it. Like every radio station was playing it, the videos they was playing it, and you know, Survival of the Fittest came out, and that was a big single too. And then when I heard the album, it was like, damn, like and I actually heard like the joints like on radio, like college radio was playing it before it
Right.
even came out. You know, like Stretch and Bob Beto, they were like real influential in that album. You know, and Drink Away the Pain, that's like my favorite song, like one of my favorite songs on there. The way that Q-Tip incorporated like the different clothing laws,
Yeah. Whew.
and and I just thought that was like so clever, you know what I'm saying? And you know, Trife Life and you know Up North Trip. I heard actually that was on the Don't Be a Menace soundtrack.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, the I had because I had that soundtrack on cassette, and I heard that joint. That joint was fire,
That
and
whole soundtrack is dope.
yeah, the whole
Yeah.
soundtrack is dope.
What it
So I
was
heard
on there too.
it, you know, and like every song on there, like I just know like skippable tracks on there, nothing. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't heavy on skits either. Like it was just like all fire,
Yeah.
one after the other, you know? And that's like if you don't listen to El, you gotta listen to that album because like that right there is like street gritty hip hop, New York hip hop at that time, like from
Yeah.
the golden, you know, and even like every time I play, it's like it takes you back to that time. Like it always takes me back to that time in you know in the golden era where you know you remember where you was at when you first heard Shook Ones or Survival of the Fittest, you know. And I don't have nothing bad to say about that album. Like that's a 5 mic album. If it never got a 5 mic review, it should have, you know.
Yeah.
But I definitely like that's definitely like my favorite Mobb Deep album for sure.
Or well said by you both, man. Definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna have to piggyback what you guys were just saying, man. This album here, it was definitely a comeback album for Mobb Deep because the Juvenile Hell album didn't really do very well. It was critically panned by critics, and for them it was kind of like, all right, we gotta step our shit up, we gotta step our game up. You know what I mean? We gotta do for us. We gotta do us and shit. And long behold, we got the infamous. I love the fact that you know since they couldn't like afford like the heavy producers at the time, like they didn't have the money. They was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do for self, man. Let's make our own beats. Let's out. This is our baby. Let us do us. And I'm glad that's like to me a blessing in disguise because of that, Havoc ended up being like one of the most profound producers in music history. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Just like like back in those days, like people were making dark beats, but people
yeah,
weren't really making street dark street beats. And I think there's a
yeah,
difference. You know what I mean? Like the beats was so original at that time. Like it was never heard before. It's like they had like their own little sound. Like you couldn't get that sound unless you went to Havoc. Like that's how
yeah,
crazy this album is. I mean, just from the skits, the starting off the album, start of your ending. I mean, perfect title, man. Just kind of brings you. It sets the tone of the album. Then the infamous prelude, just him talking his shit. Prodigy, man. Survival of the Fittest.
yeah.
I love the video. Um, Even the remix is dope too. I don't know
Oh
if you
yeah,
guys heard the remix.
yeah,
Yeah, the remix is dope. Um, Eye for an Eye, The Beef is Mine, Nas and Raekwon. I mean, come on, those dudes in their prime at the time too. Oh my god, like
yeah,
it's hard to pick who had the best verse because everybody was in their stellar. They were in their A game on that song. Like that shit is. I think a lot of MCs need to learn from that song. Like just lyrics galore on that whole song. Um, the Just Step prelude, the infamous skit where Prodigy, unfortunately, got into beef with, Def Squad, and, or particularly Redman and Keith Murray, and then a year later they got into it and stuff like that.
Right.
Um,
Right.
Give Up the Goods with Big Noid, very dope song. Q-Tip did the beat, can't go wrong with that. Temperatures Rising with Crystal Johnson. I mean,
Yeah.
that song is just it's such a dope hood tale, man. Just them on the run from the cops, something that, I'm pretty sure you guys know personally. Me and you and Mike know personally,
Yeah.
that we know somebody that's been there.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And yeah, you
Yes,
know what I'm
yes.
saying? Yeah. And it's just so relatable. I know those cats that be doing dirt and that be on the run could definitely relate to that
Mhm.
song. The remix is dope. The original version of that song
Yeah.
is dope too.
Yeah.
Um, Up North Trip. I mean, just it's to me, I always felt like that was like the sequel to Temperatures Rising because you got caught, now you about to go to jail, and then just the journey, just being that jail bus going up north and on
Yeah.
hard ass seats and shit, then you're going to it's just crazy, dude. Like the original version is dope too. I wish the original version with Illa G was
Mhm.
on this album because it just fit the album so well. It would have fit the album so well, but I understand why they didn't put that on the album. Um, Trifly, fucking love that joint. QU Hectic,
Yeah.
dope, 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 dope.
I
Right
like
back,
the other version to that too.
what happened?
The other version for that, the one with the James Brown sample.
Ooh, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Woo, woo.
that's fire.
Yeah. Right back at you with Ghostface, Raekwon, and Big Noid.
Yeah.
Even the interlude to Cradles of the Grave is called the Grave Prelude. Like
Mm.
just the way where, who was it that got shot? Was it Prodigy that got shot or was it Havoc? It was like
Was it
one of the
I
Noid?
men
think
that
it was
got.
Have.
It was
One of
Hav,
them got
right?
shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Hav that got shot. It's like, yo, go get an ambulance. You just hear the rain pounding, and it's just so. It's like on some like real movie shit. Then
Yeah.
Cradle to the Grave. Oh my god! Like the way he flipped that Al Green sample, and I have that
Yeah.
record too.
Mm.
It's just so dope. It's a loop, but it's just so dope. Like the drums and the drum programming. Drink Away the Pain, where like you guys said, like where Prodigy, was talking about, comparing, about the alcohol to his girl, like the addiction to alcohol. But then Q-Tip, just kind of like making it more light
Mm.
without talking about the liquor. He was talking about his love for clothes and shit like that. Tommy
Yeah.
Hill, Tommy Hill is my nigga. Like, oh my god, Shook One's Part Two. I mean, the video, just like the
Yeah.
whole theme, the football jerseys. I mean, so iconic, man. To the point where they had to end up selling some of them shits online.
Yeah.
I bought them too, thank God. Um, and last but not least, Party Over. That is the perfect revenge song. One of your mans get killed and you about to gear up with your boys and shit like that. That's the song you want to play. That's a perfect
Yeah.
song. Like, like you see in the movies, like, they gearing up, like their man's got killed, so they going, on a revenge
Mm.
mission and shit like that. That's a song. Um, I think that was the best way to end the album.
Right.
And if I had to pick a favorite song, I would have to say Party Over for me, man. I love the beat, the bedroom drums. I mean, this Cradle to the Grave. I think those two are like my favorite songs. Party Over and Cradle to the Grave for me. Overall,
Yeah.
stellar album. And one thing though, I've been noticing as of late, um, I get it that Q-Tip, provided with like with the mixing and stuff like that to make the kicks hit hard and shit like that. Cause that's what Q-Tip it was known for at that time. Like he was known for having the hard kicks and
Right.
things like that. He actually taught Havoc how to mix his kicks. And he was like, "Yo, the only reason why I'm doing this is because you're from Queens, so it's a Queens thing."
Right.
So I'm like, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? It's like some brotherhood shit.
Yeah.
But
True.
people are not giving Havoc credit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, Havoc, like him and Prodigy, they were the ones that chose the samples and him digging like Prodigy digging the records from his grandfather's record collection and stuff like that. And Havoc flipping the beats, and I feel like people don't really give Havoc that credit. They are now, but I remember before in recent times that they were giving all the credit to Q-Tip, but Q-Tip did the mixing
Right.
and all that. But Havoc, you got to give Havoc his props too, because if it was for Havoc, like
Definitely.
you wouldn't have the beats that we
Definitely.
all love and shit like that. So, but yeah, stellar album, classic. And I'm looking at Wikipedia. It says in 2004, the Source re-rated the album to 5 mics. So
Yes.
definitely. So definitely well
Well
deserved.
deserved.
Well deserved. Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Awesome breakdown, brother. I highly enjoyed that. That was
Thank you. Of
awesome. No problem, bro.
Yeah.
I want to touch on one more thing about the Infamous, and that's
course.
that fucking skit when Prodigy's talking. Like that shit is so tough. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you believe a nigga too. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Because over the years since the Jay-Z bullshit, Prodigy, there's a misconception that Prodigy just a little nigga that's a pussy or something. I don't like that shit. The nigga was
Yeah.
about it. He was about that shit. You know what I mean? Like, the story when Lakey set him up at the Murda Muzik album release party when that nigga
Yeah.
weren't
Yeah.
dumping.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said if Comega and that nigga Ice wasn't in the car, he would have lit that shit up. You know what I mean? Some real shit.
Yeah.
And Prodigy's a thoroughbred. He was a thorough nigga, and I hate that misconception that he gets. And also
Nah. That's
give up the good. Go ahead, Steven.
no. No. I said no. I was just saying. Yeah. That's a fact.
Yeah. And give up the goods. I forgot to touch on give up the goods. I love that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Noise
man.
kills that. Yeah, that fucking ball when he's like, even bring my gun when I go and see my PO. Like that shit is tough. You know? I love that shit. So yeah, man. Like all of us said, excellent fucking immaculate album. But follow up to that is one of the greatest albums of all time. We're getting into 1996, Hell on Earth, and for me, it's when like that dark, eerie, Mobb Deep sound came to the forefront. You know, and off the rip with Animal Instinct with Ty Nitty and Twin, that shit is so tough, dark, gritty. You can't get no better than that.
Man.
And then they attack Pac and drop a gem on him. I thought Tupac deserved it. I'm sorry, the nigga was just a loudmouth ass nigga at this point in his career. I love Tupac, but yo,
Right.
you can't be beefing with niggas and not expect nothing to come back to you, son. Like,
Right.
Right.
and like Mob didn't start with him. He got no beef with them because one of Mob's man said Thug Life he's still living in Survival of the Fittest, and he's a
Yeah.
talking about the nigga has sickle cell. It's talking shit,
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
annihilated him on that. Killed it. He probably screamed louder than the opera when he got shot and shit at Quad, and he's
Yeah.
like, I be with a bunch of wild Puerto Ricans with bangers, and they killed that shit. That's an amazing
Mhm.
fucking diss track. Like they annihilated Tupac on that. Bloodsport, fucking
Ooh.
love it.
Yeah.
Extortion with meth. That beat is so grimy and dungy.
Ooh.
Oh my god, yo. More Trife Life, a great sequel to Trife Life off the infamous. Love that shit.
Me too, man.
Man down with no, I don't want to just lay niggas out here and that. You got beef for the nigga, play that.
Facts.
Blow his top back. that shit that shit is so tough. Uh my favorite track though on a whole shit if I had to pick, that's a tough one, man. I know it was a single, but I gotta pick it, man. Hell on Earth, the front lines.
Ooh.
That
Yeah.
fucking beat. And Prodigy. Like this is Prodigy's best lyrical performance on any record.
Facts.
In my
Yeah.
personal opinion. You know what I mean? You know, what do you say? Blood on my kick, shit on my knife. So fucking gully. Uh that's my favorite song on the whole album. I would pick the title track. Um what I want to get is the UK pressing of this because it has the OG shook ones. You know what I mean? I need to
I
get
got
that.
that. I got that.
Yeah, I needs to get that. And what sucks is I don't know how. Maybe Discogs be the best place to go. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if
Yeah.
Amazon is a good outlet to get that, but I want that because that shit is tough. You know. But yeah, man. In my opinion, one of the darkest hip hop albums of all time. One of the greatest, flawless album. Like I said, this could be my favorite any day. You know what I mean? Just as
Yeah.
well as the Infamous. Amazing album. Give it up fast with Nas too. Annoyed.
Ooh.
Love that shit. Still shining. Just you can't get no
Ooh.
better than Hell on Earth when it comes to Mobb Deep. It's just,
Yeah.
man, I don't know. Like I might like Hell Infamous a tad bit more, but not by
Right.
much.
Right.
Not by
Right.
much at all. So yeah, 1996. In my opinion, my favorite album, 1996. Period. You know,
Ooh. Yeah. Yeah.
Iron Man at number 2 probably, but that's number
Right.
one. Nothing's beating that. Nothing.
Yeah.
Hell on Earth with a number one with a bullet is a GOAT album. Fantastic, fellas. Y'all can go.
You could go.
I definitely love this album. I feel like the production was more darker
Yeah.
and like again, like I heard like so many joints being played. Like I remember hearing Still Shining on Funk Master Flex. He had played that
Ooh.
and I was like, yo, that is the joint right there. They should have had a video for that joint,
Yeah. Yeah. Wasn't that a
you know.
single?
And I it was, but they didn't come out with no video for it though.
Right. 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 Right.
You know, because they were playing Still Shining and they were playing God Part 3 like back to back.
Right. Right.
And that song God Part 3, I love that song. That's probably like my favorite on it. That and Drop a Gem.
Yeah.
When you hear Drop a Gem, it's like when that piano come on, it's like, yo, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like that it was crazy like that. I agree with Mike. Like they had to get it Pac because
Yeah.
I love Pac. He's in my top 5 of all time, but I feel like I remember listening to like the Machiavelli like unreleases, and he had I heard like beefs with artists that I didn't even know he had beef with.
Yeah. Like LL
You know what
Cool
I'm
J.
saying? Yes, I never knew he had beef with LL Cool J and
Yeah.
and
That.
and the Fugees and the Brat. You know what I'm saying? But I was
Yeah.
like,
Beef
yo,
with the
like
Brat.
yeah, he had beef with the Brat.
Wow.
Like called her out. Yeah, there's a song. I think it's the song he did with Storm called For My Niggas.
Okay.
And there's a part where he says plus now the brat's tripping and then Storm chimes in with she must want to ass with me. Yeah,
Damn.
going at people that I didn't even know he had beef with, and still to this day we don't hear from them about it.
Yeah. That's true.
Like Mobb Deep definitely had to address that because I feel like Biggie probably wanted to, but Puffy held him back from doing it.
Right. Right.
And I definitely feel like Mobb Deep did the right thing by doing it. And that's such a dope beat. Like people they forget about that joint. You know what I'm saying? Like Drop a Gem is definitely a great song from them. You
They were
know?
supposed to make a video for that too.
Yeah, that would have been dope.
Yeah.
That would have been dope. And Bloodsport, I love that song.
Yeah.
Nighttime Vultures with
Ooh.
Ray,
Ooh.
crazy beat.
Yeah.
You know, the joint with meth, like that sound like some type of like serial killer soundtrack, you know? That sample, like yo, it's like an eerie beat, you know what I'm saying? And that's the Havoc was known for like his eerie production. That's a joint you could that's like on Halloween, you could put that whole album on, you know?
Right.
And I love it. I love like every song on there, you know. Give It Up Fast was with Nas, that was dope. You know, it's just and even the album cover with the flames, that's
Yeah.
like so iconic, yo. That's like, you know, like when you heard that album, you know some shit was about to go down. You know,
Nah, that's a fact, yo.
definitely love that album.
Definitely. Yeah, man. All great stories from you both, man.
Thank you,
Pretty
thank you.
much, man. With this album for me, Hell on Earth, man. Like what both you and Mike said, Triboro. The beats are a lot more darker. What a lot of people don't realize is that this is the only album that Havoc did all the beats. Um, it like he pretty much had everything. He had to do everything himself. Like what I love about it is the fact that in my opinion, you guys might agree or disagree, but I feel like this is the
Mm,
album that Havoc found his sound. They found the
yeah.
signature trademark Mobb
Yes.
Deep sound to the point
I
where you
agree.
had producers from like overseas, particularly France, that had like Hell on Earth influence, inspired beats on their joints
Yeah.
and shit like that. So that should tell you a lot. Um, and I already told you guys like I copped. This is the first Mobb Deep album that I copped. I remember I went. It was in 2000, summer of 2001. I went to Jamaica Avenue, a music factory when it was used to be
Yeah.
open, and ever since I bought that shit, man, I fell in love, man. And at the time I had the OG pressing, I had the '96 OG pressing, with the cocaine mound on the table, and see
Yeah.
Gotti sniffing the coke and shit like that. I thought that shit was so gangster.
Yeah.
I let some bitch ass nigga when I moved down here to Florida, the high school I went to at the time, I let some dude hold it out, dumbass of me, because he ended up getting into a fight, he got kicked out. So I was so tight. So I ended up buying the repressing, but I didn't know it was the 2000 pressing until like years later. I was like, yo, what happened to the cocaine? And it was the repress. So I was like, fuck, yo. So I was like, I had to get. So my man, shout out to my nigga JD that lives in Broward. He me and him traded. Like I gave him the OG, the 2000 pressing. He had the OG pressing. He gave it to me because he know how much I love this album.
Right.
So that's pretty much how I got to this album. But then just how the album starts, man, and where Havoc says, "Yo, you thought it was over," and they just go in. And I just love the fact that he had Twin Gambino and or Big Twins and Ty Nitty in the track, man, just like showing off the infamous mob to the world, man.
Yeah.
Dropping gem on them. I mean, I fucking love that. I've heard. You know what's
Yeah.
crazy, Triboro and Mike?
Yeah.
Is the fact I've heard people talk shit about this song because he didn't name them. He didn't name Tupac. He
Right.
didn't use his name. They were scared to say his name. But my thing is this:
Mm-hmm.
who else to, had the galls, the balls
Exactly.
to go at Tupac and the whole
Exactly.
Death Row? Who was doing that?
Yep.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody was doing that. And shout out to
Yep.
CNN for going at them too. They don't give credit for that.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, drop a gem on them. Like just the sample, man. Like I think it was a dramatic sample. The dramatics, the soul group from the '70s. He just looped that part, but he just made that shit sound so dark. It's
Hell
just
yeah.
so dope. Like you would think like he got it from like a classical record. And he didn't. He just got it from a '70s soul record, and he just made it sound like so classical.
Right.
Um, I just love the whole atmospheric of the beat, the atmospheric vibe of the beats. Um, I have to mention this too. The engineer that he worked with at the time, Mario Rodriguez, he actually was experimenting with the sounds. He has to have if he can mess with the sounds, if he could experiment. Have was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you could go ahead, and that's how he was able to get the how the drums sounded like the snare on the piccolo snare, or from More
Right.
Tribe Life. That was that. That
Wow.
was the experimentation from the engineer. So that's how he
That's
was
dope.
able to get that sound and shit like that. I thought I had to throw that out there. Bloodsport,
Yeah.
Prodigy killed that shit. Havoc too. Extortion with Method Man. Um,
Yeah.
Illa G. Shout out to Illa G. He played early this year his original verse on that song, but they took it off. I
I didn't
was
even know
so
that.
yeah. If you go on Illa G's page on IG,
Yeah.
scroll down up until like somewhere in January, he plays it so
Wow.
fucking good, so dope. I wish he would have added Illa G on that, but I guess like for I guess he was like unknown, you know what I mean at that time, but he was on Can't Get Enough of It, and he was known as General G at that time. More Trife Life, I mean, such a dope song. It pretty much
Yeah.
tells you the dangers of visiting a chick from the projects. How they'll set you up and shit like that. But
Right.
some true shit though, cause that shit happens all the time.
Yep.
Man Down with Big Noid. Big Noid killed that shit.
Killed it.
Um, can't get enough of it. That's probably like my favorite track off the album.
Sure.
General G. I mean, that shit just it just has that niggas on the block 2 in the morning just clocking, dude. Like it just has that vibe. And you
Yeah.
got hating niggas like trying to like, rob the niggas again into a shootout. And that's the shit I picture when I hear that song. Nighttime Vultures. Just like when you hear like the girl screaming and like that sound effect, it's just so dope, man. It's like such a dope way to start the album, man. It definitely has that nighttime vulture, that's
Right.
stick up kid type of vibe, man.
Yeah.
I love that.
Definitely.
God Part 3. I mean, I just love how them niggas was like in the projects and shit or some apartment, and they have a sniper rifle and they just shooting like random niggas, man. It's just like it's crazy. It's fucked up, but it's kind of like, but it kind of fits their whole aura, if that makes sense. And the
Right.
video is so dope too. They're like inside like an opera theater. Just so ill.
Yeah.
Get dealt with quick. I mean, that's my shit. That's like my second favorite song. That like the piano beats, like it's so dope, man. Front lines, Hell on Earth. Love the video. Um, love that leather jacket that Prodigy had. I mean, that Havoc has. That shit is so dope. That Avery
Yeah.
jacket,
Yeah.
so ill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want that shit so bad, man. Um, that's another thing too. Them niggas, what a lot of people don't give Mobb Deep credit. They're like fashion innovators. If you notice that,
Mm-hmm.
like they
Yeah.
they made shit look dope. Like the way they was rocking the Hennessy, that the Hennessy fucking football jersey,
Yeah.
like doing like customized football jerseys and stuff like nobody was doing that.
Yeah.
Nobody was doing that. And if they were doing that, they would usually have their own name, but they had Hennessy and they had Queensbridge. Like
Yep.
who does that? Like nobody was doing that. Give it up fast with Big Noise and Nas. I mean, such a dope joint. Like how they sampled King of New York,
Yeah.
Still Shining, which like you said, like that should have been, even though it was like a underground single, but that was like the first single of the album. That
Right.
should have had a video, like you said. Apostles Warning, great way to end the album. I mean, Prodigy caught a body on that joint.
Yeah.
Definitely. If that was like just a Prodigy solo track, I wouldn't even be mad on that. Um, and in the long run, which was like a bonus track, if you had the enhanced version, the OG pressing, you had to use a Windows 95 98 um computer to open the track and shit like that. That's how you were able to get the
Right.
track. And just like some of the unreleased joints off this album, man, it's probably better than some of the tracks off the album. But that's how good this album is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this album, I fucking love this album, man. I mean, it's just like I said, Mom Havoc found his sound in this album. It just, I love it. I can go on and on and on, but this is the album that definitely influenced me as a producer. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys. I've had a lot of people say like, yeah, you gotta definitely have like the Hell on Earth sound.
Yeah.
You definitely influenced by Havoc, and yeah, because listening to this album, and that's one of the reasons why I caught the EPS 16 plus because of Havoc. Straight up,
Right.
that's all I gotta say, man. Oh, one more thing. Sorry,
It's okay, bro.
this this and Exhibit at the Speed of Life were the first two hip hop albums that have the enhanced CD. Exhibit was the
Mm-hmm.
first, then Hell on Earth was second.
Wow.
Yeah, but they don't get the credit for that. That's all I gotta say.
I wonder how you could get in the long run track now, yo. Like off that. I know it's on the archives joint that didn't officially come out.
Yeah. Yeah, you could get it from the Infamous Archives. It was on like I think it was like in the first My Missus mixtape, Mike.
Yeah, but those sound like shit, bro. They really
Yeah,
disappointed me. It sucked. They sound really bad, and I don't know if I
Yeah.
said this, but I got it off Mix Unit, right?
Yeah.
And one of the tracks just was skipping so fucking bad. I forgot the
Ooh,
name of the
hate
track. I
that.
was like, oh fuck. But I downloaded it and just threw it on there and got rid of the bad track. But
Yeah.
yeah, like you said, Hell on Earth is just a fucking dark masterpiece. Love it, every minute of it. You know, Godfather
Right.
Part Three too. I want to touch on that a little bit. I didn't touch on that before, but that video, like you said, Steven, is just dope as hell. You know,
Right.
intro to that
Yeah.
as well, so fucking good. Yeah, great song, great album. Um, then we get to 1999 for Murda Muzik, even though it was supposed to come out in '98. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it
Yup.
was. Yeah, and I remember my boy said he heard it because it got leaked, but that's when like mixtapes were still on like cassettes, actual
Yeah.
cassettes, and I remember being so fucking amped, couldn't fucking wait, and unfortunately I had to go to summer school that year, because I was behind in fucking math. And I told the story before, but I'll tell it again, and
Yo,
I couldn't
Mike.
wait. Yo,
You're like kind of low.
I'm probably blocking the damn mic again. Yeah, in the back of
Okay.
the phone. How about now?
Yeah. You good
Still
money. You good
good?
money.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, because sometimes you forget and you block like the microphone part. You know,
Right.
your finger, whatever. But yeah, as I said, I was in summer school when this album came out, and I had to, you know, get credits for math and all that because I was falling behind on math, and it
Right.
was fucking garbage. I hated that shit. You know what I mean? So there was the back doors downstairs, like when you're like the entryway, but there was like back doors,
Yeah.
like where the bakery was at and shit. And I just fucking bounced. You know what I mean? I skipped, I left that shit and I copped the album. I took the bus and I got it at Record Town, now known as FYE. But
Right.
yeah, this album is one of my favorite Mobb Deep albums ever, man. It's my third favorite, and this is the one I go to when I want to hear Mobb Deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can go for anyone, but this is one of my favorites to play. I listen to this the most, I would say,
Right.
even though it's not my favorite, but definitely one of my favorites to listen to. Streets Raised Me with Big Noid. Love that
Ooh.
shit, man.
Me too.
Just giving that vibe of like struggling, in hard times and shit.
Yeah.
I love that shit. What's Your Poison with Omega, man. I love that. How
Ooh.
you
That should have been a
how you
single.
want it. Bet ski the straight blunt. Yeah, that shit is tough. Love that shit. Spread love. You should spread love, not war.
Ooh. Whew.
That shit is
Yeah.
amazing. Let a hoe be a hoe. Havoc just spitting some game. How these
Yeah.
bitches be. I could definitely relate to that shit. You know,
Mm.
dope ass song. I'm going out with Little C's. Even C's came hard on that.
Yeah.
You know, one of my favorites, Illustrious.
Ooh.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that shit is so dope. And P was like, we make heavy metal for the black people. I love that shit. Um, Adrenaline, Quiet Storm, the
Yeah.
original with Prodigy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Killed
man,
it.
just the way he killed it. Some of his best bars ever. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
talking about my piece hang down on my chain hang down on my dick, my piece bang glass tables. That shit is tough. Um, great track. Havoc did his thing on that beat as well.
Yeah.
Um, amazing. Like I love that video too.
Oh yeah.
Um, I gotta pick oh yeah, Can't Fuck With featuring Big Noid. Or is
Yeah.
it
Yeah. Yeah.
Raekwon?
Raekwon. Yeah.
Raekwon.
Raekwon. Ray killed that. They all killed it.
I love that
Um,
beat, man.
Yeah.
yes, that beat's tough. Doug Music too. Alchemist did his thing.
Music. Whew.
Yes. If I had to pick a favorite track though, What's Your Poison more than likely.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
wouldn't
a
be mad at
second,
that.
yeah, a second runner up is The Realest with Cool G.
Yeah. Ooh.
That
Yes.
shit is tough. G Rap body that. Bullets ain't racial kid that only hate you. You know?
Mm.
the chorus, and they all killed it. Murda Muzik is a fucking masterpiece too.
Facts.
Love this. In my opinion, like spoiler alert, that last like amazing, great album. You know,
I agree.
it's flawless. I like everything on it. Like, and I wish that track. And this is a bad quality track too. It sounds like shit, but I wish it
Mm.
was on the album. That Thrill Me.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, True
yeah.
Lies.
Oh, true.
You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there's a bunch of other shit that I can't think off the top of the dome right now. But
Mm-hmm.
that's this album is just fucking tough, man. Like, it's kind of hard. Well, yeah, fuck it. This is my favorite album of '99. You know, with Black on Both Sides and Eternal Affairs coming real close.
oof,
You know,
yeah,
and Chronic 2001, like that, right up there with that. But if I had to pick a favorite album of '99, is this hands down. Because
well,
Murda Muzik, I remember everything about like where I was at. You know what I mean? Niggas rocking Nautica and Averex and
yeah, whoo,
like you said, they were innovators. Like I never really seen a nigga rock the bandana to the side like that.
yeah,
Until Prodigy. I really never seen
yeah,
that shit. But yeah, man, it just takes me back. Niggas rocking ugly ass lugs and shit. You know, it takes
Love
me, it takes me back. But yeah, classic. Five mics in my opinion. If I work for the sauce, nigga, that's what I'll be.
oh yeah,
But y'all can go. Amazing album.
I remember for me, I remember I had a Clue tape. I don't even know. I think it was like one of those like early Illuminati tapes, and he had the Murder Music joint on there, and I kept like rewinding it, like yo, like Prodigy. That's like one of his best lyrically like songs.
right,
You know, he killed that Murder Music joint. I just love the beat. Like the beat was just like had that official mob sound to it, and
yeah,
Prodigy was in it. So that was like the first track I heard before Quiet Storm.
mm,
And then when I saw the video for Quiet Storm, I was like, yo, like he did it again. And then they put Kim on the remix, but I felt like the original joint they didn't even need Kim on the remix for that.
thank you. I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, nah, cause I mean like certain remixes is better than the original, but the
Yeah,
original to me was better than the remix.
thank you. I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, and but I feel like Kim, like she added her own little style to it, but I feel like the original one, it didn't need a remix for that,
Yeah,
and then when I got the album, I feel like that I agree with Mike, like that's like my favorite album of '99, like that and the Beatnuts Musical Massacre, like those two albums.
right.
Definitely love those for '99, and that's still like one of my favorite mob joints. Like the
Yeah,
Illustrious, that was like another track I heard off of there, and
yeah,
the drum with Cormega,
yeah. What's a
the
good one?
can't fuck with us, the Raekwon joint,
Yeah, whoo.
crazy, got beat is crazy, and Ray did his thing on there. Even it's mine like the video
Yeah,
with I love
ooh,
the Hype Williams video for that,
yeah,
and the way that like it was like visually beautiful, and with the QB chain and the do
yeah,
rag, and it was like
yeah.
Murphy's Tony Montana shit with that video,
Facts.
and the realist is my favorite track on there. I love that beat.
Yeah,
Cool G Rap killed. That's still like my the Alchemist. The Alchemist beat is crazy. I
yeah.
I think that was like the first album that they actually started using Alchemist,
Yup. Yes, sir.
and yeah, and he definitely like brought his flavor to the group, and that album is like classic. Like if I never heard Infamous or Hell on Earth, I would definitely listen to that one first and be like, yo, like this is a classic right here. I gotta listen to Mobb Deep, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much like how I feel about that album. Is classic from beginning to end.
Yeah.
They did their thing.
No, I definitely agree with both of y'all, man. Like this album right here, um, in my opinion, was the last mob album like that that classic QB sound that we all miss, man. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, like you guys said, like the album was supposed to come out back in '98, but it got leaked, and
Right.
so they had to redo all the songs, and and then the retail version that we all know today, is what we consider a classic. But I could only imagine if they had like the original joints, like Feel My Gat Flow,
Yeah.
Thrill Me, um, QB meets Southside with Sticky Fingers X1 from Onyx.
Crazy.
Oh,
Um,
IPX1.
Crazy.
yeah, facts. Shiesty with Big Noid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just love how that whole album started, man. Like from the intro, Streets Raised Me with Big Noy and Chinky. That definitely should have been a single. They also used that song as the theme song, like as the beginning for the opening credits for the Murder Music movie, which also was supposed to come out that same year, but it ended up coming out 5 years later in '04, which I do have, but that shit goes for a lot of money for the
Yeah.
physical copy. Luckily I bought that shit. What's Your Poison? Cormega killed that shit.
Definitely.
That easily could have been on the Realness album.
Yeah.
Easily.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Spread Love, Not War. I mean, that's some real shit. That's some real ass shit. The Havoc solo, Let a Hole Be a Hole. He killed that
Yeah.
joint. And in the beginning, at the end of the well, like throughout like the middle to the end, where you hear like the different
Mm.
answering, like the messages from this answering machine and shit like that. It's so funny, man.
Right.
Um,
Oh man.
where it's just like, I don't like how you fucked me in the ass, but I like that shit. I'm like, yo,
Oh man.
that's just too funny, man. I'm going out with Lil C's killed that shit.
Yeah.
Um, Illustrious, Adrenaline definitely has to be like one of my favorite tracks off the album. Just those drums and the church organs and the bass line.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! Like I played that shit so many times, dude. Like it was retarded.
Yeah.
Where you from with 8 Ball? 8 Ball did his thing, man. I mean, even though Havoc didn't make the beat, but it does fit the album. You know what I mean? If
Right.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Quiet Storm, just like you, Triboro. I agree. I
Mm.
fucks with the original over the remix. The remix is dope, but I feel like
Right.
people overplay that shit. It's like it's too much.
Yeah.
Like I got tired of it. And in
Exactly.
fact, Quiet Storm was originally called White Lines.
Right.
But what happened was he originally made that song for HNIC
Mm.
and shit. And cause like originally I think it was Big Noid and Havoc and and then Prodigy in the studio. And Prodigy was like, "Yo, what you gonna do with this? I don't know. Is this gonna fuck with him?" Like, "Yo, I fucks with this shit." And so he's like, "Yo, just come do your things." Like, nah, nah. I think they ended up going to a club that night. So I think it was just
Right.
Prodigy and the engineer. I think it was Nasty, who I believe was the engineer. Um, Ended up, just releasing it. It was like unmixed and everything. It got to the point like
Right.
they started playing that shit at the tunnel, and that shit was like a banger. Because at
Yeah.
the time, the tunnel was like where if you got your shit played, that's where people
Hmm.
consider your song to be a bona fide hit. And the buzz
Yeah.
for White Lines, aka Quiet Storm, was so big, they had to end up doing, like a refresh version of White Lines, would end up becoming Quiet Storm, and
Right.
that's the song that we all know today. I love the line where he says, "Fuck rhymes, I write prescriptions for your disease." I'm like,
Crazy.
who says some shit like that? Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Where your
Mm-hmm.
heart at? I mean, oh my god, can't fuck with it. Raekwon killed that shit. Doug Music with Infamous Mom and Chinky.
Yeah.
I miss Chinky. We need a Chinky album. It's long
Album.
overdue.
Yeah.
Long
Definitely.
overdue. The self-titled track Murda Muzik killed that shit. Um Coogee Rap with the realest. I mean, drinking bootleg liquor on Sunday night. I mean, come on, dude. Like that shit is some real shit.
That
Um,
was
USA, alright then. I used to love that joint. That's a song I don't really hear too many people talk about. That's an underrated track right there.
true.
It's mine, like you said, Triboro, like that song, man. It just has that, like I said, like they sampled the Godfather, the Scarface, excuse me. Nobody
Yeah.
was really doing that. Nobody was really sampling like the theme songs. People was just sampling like
Right.
the vocal samples. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just so dope. Like how Havoc sampled the Tony's theme for the God Part 3. And then
Yeah.
I think that was the name of the song that he sampled. And then the title track of Scarface for It's Mind. Nas killed that shit, man. And the video is dope. I mean that whole QB loyalty at the time
Yeah.
that I missed. And I'm telling you guys, if QB was not beefing with each other like with the artists, like what they weren't beefing with each other, I think QB would take over the game. But it's their
Cool.
freaking
I
egos,
agree.
man. This is just like, come on, man. And then
Yeah.
you have the Quiet Store remix with Lil Kim, but again, it's okay, but I would have left it off the album, honestly. And I would replace
Right.
that song with, at least Feel My Gap Blow or Thrill Me, one of the two, or even True Lies.
Yes.
But overall, great album. It's actually the best selling album to date.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So if nobody ever got into Mobb Deep and they want to know what's a good album to start off with, I know it's a little late in the discography, but I would say get with Murder Music, then work your way up, work your way down, then
Right.
go up. That makes
Right.
sense. So, but yeah, Murder Music, dope album, dope movie too.
I gotta see that. I know the movie's on YouTube. I gotta watch it.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I watched a little bit and was like, this shit seemed kind of weak, but I gotta
yeah,
watch this shit. Like I seen Nori get hit with a bottle or something in the head. You know what I mean? Nigga was on a bike and he got hit with a bottle. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
You
okay.
yeah.
know, but
It
I'll
was
check it out.
yeah, it was it's not a masterpiece. I'm gonna tell you that. It's mad bootleg, horrible acting. But Big Noid, honestly, I think he was the only one that had potential to be a good actor. Like he was the only one I could see like he had the passion, but everybody else is like they
Wow.
were themselves. And I think that's what it was too. Cause they never did acting or anything like that. But
Right.
what's cool about it is that with the movie, it was like fictional, but it actually showed like what they were going through during the murder music era. Like where they would buy niggas
Right.
cars, like crews, like cars for the niggas in the crew. They didn't even know how to drive, but they would just drive it, just so everybody could eat. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's how it should be.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, dope album.
Yeah, very dope album. Classic.
Facts.
Yeah.
Want to get in the HNIC or the Infamy?
Yeah, we can do that.
HNIC?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So, year 2000, you know, Prodigy, my favorite member of the mob, and I wanted this to happen since I heard the Infamous have a solo album, and it stands for Head Nigga in Charge. And in my opinion, it doesn't get the love it deserves. Like this album
I agree.
is a personal classic to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just keep it thorough is just an amazing track. My favorite Prodigy song, probably. You know what I mean? Like solo wise, um, either that or Can't Feel My Pain. It's kind of a toss up, but
Yeah.
Alchemist, my definitely my favorite Alchemist beat. You know,
Word.
and that's just iconic. You know, I break bread, ribs, $100 bills. You know, that shit is iconic. And just the way he flexed on that shit, you know what I mean, is why I love Prodigy. You know,
Right.
just that raw shit. You know, cocky shit too. Like I throw a TV at you, crazy bitches say P, I'm crazy. Opinion to ask me, nah, fuck you, pay me. Just everything. You know. And the other
Yeah.
line when he's like, I rap like no one out there can fuck with me. My attitude is all fucked up and real shitty. I love that shit, man.
Ooh.
Uh, 3 with Cormega. That
Ooh.
dun dun dun. You
My
know, oh my
introduction to Cormega.
word. Mine was it was written, but that's an awesome introduction
Yeah.
because he set
Yeah.
that off. I'm on the bench high eating chicken wings and French fries. Only hood
Woo.
niggas know about that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, love that shit, man. And Prodigy talking shit in the beginning, saying NYPD, New York pricks and dicks. Love
Yeah.
that shit. Just
Yeah.
what you rap with Nori,
Ooh.
that's is just
Right.
haunting beats. Oh my god, that shit is so fire. Um, the track with BG, why what's it called?
Young black
Forgot
Young
the
Black.
name of that track.
entrepreneurs.
Yeah,
YBE.
that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah,
BG. Yeah.
YBE. The
Dope
video
video
Prodigy got the
too.
cornrows. Yeah,
Yeah.
the first time, like, well, he was. I think he had him on Murda Music. I'm not too sure. They got like cornrows and shit. You know what
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, first time we see P like that, and that's a dope ass track. Cause I'm a Cash Money fan, especially Juvie and BG.
Yeah.
So
Same here, yo.
they were blowing up at that time. So that was a dope collab. It's kind of a unorthodox collab, but it fucking works.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Two real niggas
but
too.
hell yeah, two real thorough niggas. So it's only right. I got a couple more favorites in here. Let me just think. I'm gonna pull up the track list. Oh yeah, rock that shit. That shit is tough.
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt.
Can't complain with Twin.
Ooh.
I think Chiki's
Mm.
on there too.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Um, and the one that really hit me, man, Veterans Memorial, man. That
Oh
shit.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
You know. And the last, well, it's an outro, but the last song, you can never feel my pain, yo.
Yeah.
That shit is tough. He was like, nigga, you just stressed, but my pain is in the flesh, you know? And he's talking
Yeah.
about the sickle cell, like, you can never feel my pain. Like, yeah, niggas go through things, niggas go through being broke or, tragedy, but you can never feel his pain. He goes through, I could just not imagine what that pain is like. That pain is probably fucking torture, you know?
Yeah.
And you feel for him in that track, and he just
Hey
lets his
mom.
heart bleed on there. Oh, no doubt, bro. But amazing song. Like that shit is crazy. But
Yeah.
overall, HNIC, I would consider it a classic. It's a personal classic for me. It's Prodigy's best album, hands fucking down in my opinion.
Right.
And it was a great follow up to Murder Music. It's not a Mobb Deep album, but
Yeah.
it's great. Like a great run for them because
Yeah.
yeah, it's very
Cool.
underlooked, and I love it. So
I
want to
agree
give
with
your
that.
thoughts. Yeah.
You want to go, Triboro, or you want me to go?
But the joint. I'll go. The joint with Cormega. I actually heard that on I had a Cormega mixtape, and it has like maybe you seen the album cover. It was like him with like holding a gun, and he had like
Yeah, it's red,
cornrows like
right?
with no shirt on. Yeah,
Yeah.
that joint. But the mixtape, the joint with him and Prodigy, like it's under like the joint. I bootleg version, but the bootleg version is actually the first track, and it had like a different title for the song.
Okay.
But it wasn't called three. But when I seen it on here, I was like, oh, this is the joint I heard from the mixtape. And the mixtape also had the affirmative action. Like when they
Got
sample
you.
the Trackmaster sampled the symphony joint.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it
yeah,
had the
yeah,
remix on there too. But yeah, I that was the first time I heard like anything from the Prodigy album. And then when I saw the video for Keep It Though, I was like, oh, so he really doing this. He really gonna go solo, you
yeah,
know? And like I like it. Like I definitely think it's a underrated, slept on, debut from like an artist coming from a group. I definitely think like it's slept on.
yeah.
And I love Wannabe Thugs with Havoc. That was dope.
Oh
and
yeah.
and and the YBE joint with him and saying
Yeah.
I'm not a Cash Money fan. Like I never like bought anything it is. Like I like some of their songs,
Right, right,
but
right,
like
right,
the
right.
joint he did with him and
BG.
BG was dope. I thought that was different. You know, because at the time, like New York artists, they wasn't really like doing stuff with like Cash Money or No Limit. You know what I'm saying at that
Right.
time, and I feel like that was different. And he sampled the One Love joint from Houdini.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that was dope, and I like that joint. And Trials of Love with him and um
BK.
forgot the chick name. Yeah, she and they talking about like relationships and infidelity and all.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a dope joint. And there's a message in that song too. You know,
Facts.
like for people that's going through like that type of relationship and they cheating on their spouse or whatever.
Right.
You know, and then the beat that Alchemist gave like over like for that song was like so classic. You know, I forgot I don't even know like the song he sampled, but it was great.
And it was
And
so fitting too.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
um Veterans Memorial, that joint,
Oh, yeah.
the even the title track there, HNIC, I love that. I love like with the the joint that out there. I'm about to say the sample, but the little like I guess the horns or whatever you could say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love that joint, and yeah, it's just an all around like solid debut album from Prodigy, and it was many more to come after this. But like I'm like, yo, okay, so he's really gonna go solo and do it, and it was dope, and I definitely feel like it's underappreciated, you
Yeah.
know. And a lot of people like they don't. I don't really feel like they mention this one. I feel like they mention like HNIC 2 or 3, but this one definitely deserves more respect than it gets.
Word, word.
You know, yeah,
Yeah, I definitely agree with you guys' sentiments. This is definitely an underrated album. Because like I guess, people, they were so hyped over the whole Murder Music album. This kind of just like
right,
went under the radar. I mean, like New York niggas was fucking with it, but I don't know about the rest of the, masses is they really fucking with the album, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, it's just the perfect album. It came at a perfect time, you know what I mean? Because still had like some of the Murder Music esque kind of vibe to it, but it was still new, if that makes sense. Um, Genesis, I just love how that came about. Like that beat is just so dope, man. It just sounds like something that Prodigy fits so well over. Um, what you rap with NRE, man, fucking. Oh my god, like, it has like a. I've heard the original sample before. Is it? You would think it's like an Arabic kind of sample, but it's not. It's like from a movie or some shit like that. But
right,
but the way they made it sound like that song kind of remind me of the Av, yo, like Jamaica Ave and shit. It remind me of that.
true,
Keep it thorough. The video. He was just saying
crazy,
like how I think it was him or Alchemist. He said that when Prodigy was recording his vocals, he was actually sick. He was going through a cold, so that's why like he
wow,
kind of sounds like kind of nasally, but
right,
it it kind of added on to the edginess of the song.
yeah,
So yeah, I thought that was pretty dope. Can't complain with Twin. I think to me is the best song off the album. Is like
yeah,
one of the best. I could just picture that shit. I just love how it started off. It's like, Prodigy sleeping in the bed. And then Twins calling him, yo, let's go out and get some hoes, man. Yo, I'm trying to, I gotta leave the crib, yo. I'm about to choke this bitch. I know niggas like that, man. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I know cats like that, unfortunately. But
yeah,
yeah, man. So it's like, yo, man, let's just get some hoes or something. It's like 3 in the morning, man. So they just go out and do their thing, man. And it's just like this that back and forth between them two. I
yeah,
love how Prodigy he did the House of Blues. I seen the
right,
video for that, like the footage of that. Oh my god, they did this shit live. It was
right,
so dope, my G. Like
wow,
this shit is so dope. Like this song just has like that winter in New York. Like your mob boss. He's in his trench coat. He got
right,
off and shit. He's just walking down the fucking stairs from the courthouse. The interview, like the reporters are trying to report. He ain't
right,
answering. It just has that vibe to it. That's what I got from that. Infamous Minded. I mean, I love that joint. That's like one of the most underrated tracks off
Definitely.
this album. That beat, it just kind of remind me of Belly for some reason. Just like the timpani drums. I
Yeah.
mean, so dope. Wanna Be Thugs with Havoc. I mean,
Classic.
such a dope song. Three, Cormega killed that shit. Dealt with the
Yeah.
bullshit. That was pretty dope. Childs of Love. Um, Veterans Memorial, very dope.
Yeah.
Why Young Black Entrepreneurs with BG, dope video, dope concept.
Mm-hmm.
It's just pretty much saying
I
like,
agree.
yo, like don't depend on people to make money. Don't work for a company. Kind of like do shit for
Right.
self. Yo, what up, Reg?
What up, Reg?
What's
Yo,
up?
we on HNIC right now. We doing like solo albums too, as well as the group projects.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say, Steve. I was gonna say,
what's
Steven.
up?
After you get done with HNIC, Reg
Yeah.
can just gloss over the other albums. Like, what's his thoughts on the other albums, real quick?
Okay.
You
Yeah,
know what
that's
I mean?
cool.
So, all
No
right, go
doubt.
ahead.
Yeah, so with the Young Black Entrepreneurs song, like it's just telling like black people like, yo, get your own business, make your money, man. Don't depend on a company, to wait on a check. Like go for yours. And that's what I got from that track, man. That's
Yeah.
so relatable and it's true. And you
Right.
can never feel my pain. Like that song is so relatable because like, I have a cousin who unfortunately passed away from complications of sickle anemia earlier this year. He had the flu,
Right.
but he had complications with the sickle cell anemia. And for those who don't know what sickle cell anemia is, it's a blood disease, which is prominent mostly to black people. You There's a couple white people that get it, but it's mostly prone to like people that is of Mediterranean whatever and black
Descent.
people mostly. And he was just pretty much talking about and what it is like how like the blood cells are circular
Right.
and it goes through our bloodstreams, but with the sickle cell, it's actually shaped like a sickle, or it's like it has spikes. So
Yeah.
just imagine a whole bunch of nails just scraping through your skin, like the
Yeah.
insides, and there's nothing you can really do about that shit. And I remember in his book, he was saying like, "Yo, I wanted to kill myself at age 12. I wanted to kill myself because I couldn't bear the pain. Like I
Yeah.
could only imagine what he was going through at that time, man. But it's just crazy. And he just talks about his struggles with with sickle cell anemia and things like that. And I actually did a paper in college on sickle cell anemia, and actually mentioned this song. I wanted to play it, but because of the curses, I couldn't really do it,
Right.
unfortunately. But yeah, you can never feel my pain. Definitely a dope way to end the album. Definitely an underrated album. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty much what I got for that.
That's what you got for HNIC, Steven?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, Reg, you can just gloss over everything from Juvenile Hell to like Murda to HNIC album because we already covered all that. You know what I mean? So you just joined, so you give you a brief thoughts on those.
All right. First of all, sorry I'm late, everybody. I had some shit to handle.
It's all good.
Yeah.
No, you good, man.
Okay. Well, Juvenile Hell, definitely a dope album and shit. Very slept on in the discography. I
Yeah.
need, I need to re-listen to that as well. I think my favorite song on that is Peer Pressure, and
Mm.
it was kind of like interesting because like Primo was on this project, Large Professor, so it's kind of interesting to see them produce some shit for Mob Deep. So now the Infamous, this is one of my favorite hip hop albums, probably top 10 in my opinion. Like dark, like this basically represents Queensbridge hip hop to the fullest, even more than Illmatic in my opinion. So
Facts.
yeah, favorite song. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'll have to say probably "Give Up the Goods" or "Eye for an Eye, Your Beef Is Mine." Yeah. Hell on Earth is it's always I always go back whether Hell on Earth or the Infamous is my favorite. But this is like where they found their sound at, in my opinion. I don't know if y'all agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll have to say like there's like bangers after bangers and shit. very dark. I love the atmospheric production Havoc was doing. Favorite song? Ooh, maybe Man Down's my favorite.
Ooh,
Ooh,
That
yeah,
beat is
yes.
crazy as hell. But Extortion with Method Man is a close second, especially how they flipped that Jackson 5 sample and shit. And Meth just,
yep.
Meth just went in and shit. Okay, so Murder Music. Murder Music, another classic. I don't care what nobody said. This is a classic in my opinion. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy how this was like the most successful album, but no one really talks about Murder Music like that.
Yeah,
I don't know why though, but I think everyone, because everyone was all up in like Rough Riders or around that time, but who knows?
right.
This album, every time I hear this album, it has that cruising down midnight, like a downtown kind of vibe with it. I don't know if it's just me or though, but
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, I have two favorite songs. Which is The Realist with Coogee Rap, and of course the
Crazy.
Quiet Storm remix with Lil Kim. One of Kim's, probably Kim's most iconic guest appearance in my opinion.
Nah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then HNIC. Like from what I need to re-listen to this one as well. But from what I heard, I love this album and shit. Definitely, Prodigy still had it on the pen. I believe around this time, him and Alchemist first started working together. I don't know if Murder Music or this album and shit.
Yeah,
Favorite
Murda
song
Muzik.
I have to say is
Murder music.
You said what?
Murder music.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
I think favorite song I'm gonna have to say is "You Can Never Feel My Pain," where he was talking about his
Oh,
sister Amelia, if I'm not mistaken. Like, yeah. So that's all my thoughts on the Mob Deep projects.
yeah. Yeah, I can't feel my pain. You just feel that shit, you know? You just knew that
Facts.
Right.
shit was painful. And reading his autobiography, which I didn't read it because I don't have it, but I'm gonna get it. But I heard the audio commentary to the whole book, and that shit is amazing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely highly recommend that, y'all, to the viewers out there that don't have it. My Infamous Life, crazy shit. So we go to 2001, is it?
Yeah, 2001. Yep,
Yeah,
2001.
yeah. We go to Infamy, and a lot of people just wanted to hear what his Mob Deep gonna say because Jay took evil shots at the niggas on the takeover of the Blueprint record. And my honest opinion on the Infamy is it's a good album. It's a dope album. Like I'm one of the niggas that pick it over Juvenile Hell,
Right.
but there's something missing. You know, there's something missing. Like the infamous Hell on Earth and Murder Music is that like that good Sunday meal that your mom's cook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Infamy, there's something missing in it. There's like the recipe's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean?
Right.
So kind of I do analogies all the time, but that's why I can all I can really think of because it didn't. It's not as good as those albums. You know what I mean? Like not even
Right.
close. But if I had to pick favorite tracks, like standouts that are really good, I gotta go with the Learning Burn. That shit is
Ooh.
tough. Like
That is tough.
Prodigy sounds like Murder Music P on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Facts.
Like that's tough. Um, I think that was whack what Irv Gotti and Jay did to Vita about on the
Yeah.
video. You know that story, Steven, right? Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
some
know about that.
cornball shit.
What
Tell,
happened
tell,
with
tell
Vita?
the people. Tell the people about it.
Oh, all kinds of people about it. Fucking Vita, from Murder Inc. She was supposed to be in the video for the Learning Burn, and Prodigy called her and asked her like, "What's up? You didn't show up to the shoot or whatever." And she's like, "Oh, Irv said I couldn't do it." And Jay-Z was like, "Oh,
Uh,
don't put her in that video. Don't put her in the video." Like the nigga petty as fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I love Jay-Z. We did a whole Jay-Z breakdown. I love Jay, but Jay's wild pussy, and I thought the nigga was a faggot for doing that because you say it's just rap, right? How is
Yeah.
it just
yeah.
rap when you're playing politics? You know what I mean? He was playing politics and shit. And then when he seen Prodigy at Justin's Diddy's restaurant, the nigga wanted no smoke. You feel me?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I didn't like that. Jay-Z takes an L for that. But
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
yeah. Handcuffs is dope. I
Oh
love
yeah.
that track. That's tough. Hurt Niggas is really good. Crawling, probably my favorite track on the whole album. If I had to pick a favorite
Mm,
track, probably
Yeah,
Crawling.
that's
You
hot.
know,
yeah.
I think it goes at J on that. I think he's like,
Crawling. Yeah.
yes. What are you gonna? What's your excuse? Baby pitches? Something like that. He says,
Yeah.
which was corny as fuck anyway. I never. He's dressed like Michael Jackson. Like, how was that a problem? You know what I mean? That didn't. To me, that didn't hurt him. It kind of hurt what he said on Takeover.
Right.
He never
Yeah.
was the same after that. But he ain't. He ain't like the nigga was in a tutu. You know what I mean? Like,
Bro, Jason
Right.
even a parachute in the Hawaiian Sophie video. No one's talking about that.
Exactly.
or facts, Reg. Facts.
Hawaiian Sophie.
Yeah, that shit was corny as fuck with Jazzo and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Get away. Get away is crazy. I love the track Get Away. That's a dope
Yeah.
track. Yeah, man, this really shit's missing it. Hey Love for 112.
Yeah.
That didn't bother me like it bothered most heads.
Yeah.
You
It
know what
didn't
I
bother
mean?
me either.
Yeah. But overall, I get this shit a 3.5 mics. You know,
That's fair.
yeah. Could have been a lot better, but it's not as bad as niggas say it is. You know,
Facts.
y'all can go.
I feel like Infamy was okay. I mean, I have like it has some bangs on there, but it's not like one of my favorites.
Right.
Um, I get kill that nigga. The Havoc solo joint handcuffs. That was I like that joint.
Yeah.
The learning was dope. It would have been better if Vita could have been in the video, but I didn't even know that story with Jay. You know,
Right.
I mean Jay he's known for doing like petty shit like that though. Like he did that with Chris Brown when Chris Brown was supposed to perform at the like the Michael Jackson tribute in '09 at the BT Awards.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
He
Word.
didn't want he told BT like he wasn't. I don't even think he was there. He told BT like the head of BT that he didn't want Chris Brown doing the tribute for Michael because of the whole Rihanna thing.
Got you. Got you.
But next year he
So
doing
he's known for doing petty shit like that. But I didn't even know about the Vita thing in the video. You know, but yeah, the learning was dope and um my favorites on there and the Nothing Like Home. I like that joint.
Yeah. Woo.
That was like dedicated to like this is like after 9/11. That's like a 9/11 like a dedication to New York or whatever.
Facts.
You know, and but I mean like I said, it has some bangers, but I mean it wasn't like one of my favorites. I feel like there's some songs that could have been left off,
Right.
but you know, it would I don't know, maybe I gotta listen to it like more often. I don't really play this album a lot, but like I you know like, I have my favorites off of here, but I feel like
Right.
it wasn't as strong as like the first three,
Right. Right.
you know. But yeah, this is definitely gotta listen to this more often though.
Reg.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to go?
I can go.
Okay.
Definitely, I agree with everything what I said. Not really like one of the best albums, but I feel like it gets a little overhated at times.
Yeah.
Cause like this was like 2001. A lot of cat, had that sound in some of the albums and shit like that. But it was still a Mobb Deep album, still Mobb Deep sound.
Right.
I would say my favorite track, I would say it's Crawling. I just love that Havoc beat right there.
Yeah.
That one and Getaway was pretty dope. I like Getaway too. That it was a cool song. But yeah, I need to re-listen to this album. Like I need to re-listen to like some of the later albums as well. But very dope album.
Yeah. I definitely agree. This was a dope album, but I think to me, like Prodigy, kind of like it was something with Prodigy, man. Like ever since that takeover, this with Jay Z. Prodigy was never the same again. It's just like I don't know. That should have affected him, in my
Yeah,
opinion. Like he just wasn't rapping the same. Like he was still Prodigy, but it's just something about it. Like he just wasn't as like sharp, if that makes sense.
right.
But the beats definitely made up for it. Like the Getaway joint that was pretty dope. Even though that was in a Havoc
Yeah,
beat, that was by Easy LP.
right.
Clap was dope. Kill that nigga. My God Spittin'. I remember hearing that song, My God Spittin'. I went to Thomas Edison High School in Jamaica, Queens, and I used to walk through 165th where they had like all the the mixtapes, the Coliseum, or the hat stores and all that. And in one store they was blasting My God Spittin'. I was like, yo, what
Yeah,
the fuck is that? Yo, that's like from the new Mobb Deep album. I was like, oh shit. So I was like, that made me want to get the album and shit. Was I ended up getting it for Christmas of 2001 along with Juvenile Hell.
yeah,
Um, like you guys say, Handcuffs, that was dope. Hey Love, that was pretty dope too. It didn't bother me like most people did.
yeah.
By the way, the girl that Prodigy kissed, that was his wife.
Kiki.
Oh wow.
Kiki, yup. Burn, I fucking love that joint. Although I
Dope.
do get tired of people freestyling over that beat. Like that's not the only
Yeah,
dope beat that Havoc did. Like he did so much other joints.
right,
Like Mike said, like it was some sucker shit that uh Jay did to Vita. And you know what's crazy with that song? I thought I remember copping the Lakey the Kid presents the 41st side. I thought that joint was gonna be on the album. On that album, I didn't know it was gonna be on the Infamy album. And I remember buying the bootleg on the Ave, and I was like, "Yo, where the fuck is the album? Like, where's the song?" And I was like, "That shit is trash." Like, I threw that shit in the garbage, and it was I ended up like replacing the album later on.
Eh,
But I didn't realize that it was supposed to be on the album on the Infamy album. So I learned that. I was like, "All right, cool." So I was good with that. Um, but Get At Me, track number 12, Get At Me. That's definitely like my favorite track. Alchemist did that joint. Nothing like Home, Crawling, I Won't Fall. Um, and the last song, There I Go Again, So Long with Ron Osley, fucking killed that shit, man. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, it's a dope album, but like I said with Prodigy, I felt like he wasn't the same after that. It's like
I
that
agree.
takeover shit really fucked him up. And I'm a
Yeah,
Prodigy fan saying this, and you guys could tell, like he just was not the same anymore. He wasn't
mm-hmm.
rapping like he used to. But overall,
Right.
decent album. Could have been better, but the beats were dope. And that's all I have to say about Infamy.
all right. So we go to 2004. Right. America's Nightmare. Summertime. Hot as fuck outside. I remember this. I copped this the same day I got Sean Godfather Buried Alive.
Horrible album.
Um, Terrible, but I do
Are
like.
we hold on. We're not doing like the mixtapes like free agents and all that?
We'll touch on that after the discography. No.
Okay.
All right, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because I love that shit. So
Yeah,
we
that's
will
it.
get on
Yeah.
that. Yeah, but I like the track with Swiss Beats. Shine. That shit's tough. That's like
Yeah.
the only decent track on that motherfucker. But
I like Quasi OG. That's the only song I like from it. That was like track 2, I think.
yeah, but I do like Sean's first album. It's just tough.
Oh yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But I got that the same day because it came out the same day. You know, I used to go to them drives and the hot ass weather getting albums. And
Right.
this album is pretty much forgettable. Like, but there's two songs on here that I think are some of the illest Mobb Deep songs, and that is "Win or
Mm.
Lose," produced by
Yeah.
Alchemist. You know what I mean? And "When You Hear the,"
Ooh,
that
yeah.
shit is so good. And this is the same time frame when Prodigy, I think, was in his bag. Like on one verse he has where you could say, "Oh, this nigga's coming back," and that's "Hold You Down" off the Alchemist
Yeah.
album, First Infantry. Like I love that verse with
Yeah.
Illa G.
Yeah. Whew.
Yeah, and this is the
Great
same
album
time frame.
too.
I seen Mobb Deep on tour. I
Mm.
seen Mobb Deep. I seen Mobb Deep one time on this tour. They and I met Illogy and Alchemist. Like they dapped me up in the parking lot.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
Yeah, Illogy's a big ass nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Alchemist was hella chill. You know, you can smell the weed on them niggas too, especially Alchemist. You dig? That was but it was mad crowded though. That was a packed house, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's at the Worcester Palladium. They killed it. They murdered that shit. And that's why I kind of have, even though it's not, I don't think it's a good album per se. There's like, it's kind of forgettable, but I still have a happy memory of the album because that's the time when I seen them live for the only time, you
No
know.
doubt.
And meeting Alchemist was really really cool, and Elegy.
Right.
But yeah, man, I'm trying to think of some more tracks. The track with Jadakiss
yeah,
that wipe them guns
Ooh.
like
off. That shit is evil.
Yeah.
I fucks with that heavy.
I think Jada had the best verse on that song.
yeah,
Yeah, Jada killed that shit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. If you can think of any more tracks to help me out to remember,
the
like
joint that Kanye did for him.
Oh, the throw
Kanye
your
did it.
hands in the air. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and Got That Twisted was okay. It
Yeah,
was okay, but I have this in my collection. I have every Mobb Deep in my collection album in my collection, minus Juvenile Hell and Blood Money. I need to get those, but
Yeah.
yeah, man, this could have been a lot better. You know what I mean? This is some of Prodigy's weakest rhymes. Like I don't know. This is my opinion, but those two songs, he's on point. Like he kills that shit.
yeah,
You know, like I love when he says we're the only niggas that you know that fuck our POs. Like he was getting back a little bit, you know, on that
Right.
right.
win or lose, and that Alchemist killed that. You
Hell yeah.
know, like that would be in my top what 15, 20 Mobb Deep songs. That's how much I love that. But that's all I got for this album, man. You know.
I agree with you. Like it was forgettable. Like I feel like it was just like Infamy. Like it had like some bangers, but it's not like one of the best from them. Like I like the title track. I like Win or
Yeah.
Lose is my favorite also. The joint with Jadakiss, the joint that Kanye did for him. It's weird too that to even say that like Kanye did a joint for Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
You know, like you never expect that. Even at that time, it was like Kanye doing stuff for Mobb Deep. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, and Got It Twisted. I like that joint. And they sample the was it
The
Africa
Wick
Bambaataa
Smash
joint?
song.
Yeah, that joint. I always love that joint.
Yeah.
And
Dope movie too.
yeah, and that's really about it. I didn't really care on like I think they had a joint with Little John or something.
Oh, I hated that shit. The Real
Yeah,
Gangsters.
I didn't like that. Either,
I hated
you
that.
Ugh,
know,
ugh.
yeah. You know, saying like it wasn't a great album. Like it had a few good tracks, but it's like it wasn't like a good project. You know, that's really all I have to say about that.
Reg, you want to go or you want me to go?
You can go, Bo.
Yeah, I remember I was in New York at the time. Like I was still living down here in Florida, but I would always go to New York every year in the summertime. And I remember I don't know if you remember Triboro in 2004 when Nas had
Hmm.
that free concert in Central Park.
Yeah, in some states.
Yeah, I was over there. I was there, but
Wow.
they made like a stadium that only could hold 5,000 people. That should fill up
Right.
quick. So you already know niggas ain't going in.
Yeah.
And I remember, because we couldn't see Nas, but we couldn't see the performers, but we can hear them like performing and shit like that.
Right.
And I remember Mobb Deep, they performed this shit. They performed like 2 or 3 songs, and they bounced.
Right.
And I remember seeing Prodigy like Havoc, Mobb Deep, and they matched short by the way. They like 5'3", 5'4". I remember seeing Alchemist. Yeah, I seen Alchemist, Havoc, Big Noid, um, who else? Who else? Littles. I met Littles. Littles is cool. He's like mad Brock and shit. Um, it was like they were like 10 deep, no
Right.
security. It was just them niggas hip, like them all them cats and like their entourage. They was walking through the park. Like everybody's like throwing up like blood, like blah, 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 like all that shit. I was like, oh shit, yo, that shit was like so gangster. He just like walked off the park, yo, like no security. He just like went out somewhere. I don't know where, somewhere in Manhattan, you know, like he just walked around the city. Like I was like, I've always respected that about them niggas, man.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. So I remember I was at my cousin's house. I didn't buy the album until like after I got back. I was just downloading music from like SoulSeek and shit. So I downloaded the album from there. And my overall thoughts of the album, it was okay. I feel like the beats kind of saved the album, if you ask me. I think Havoc did a better job than Prodigy on this album, which
Mm,
is kind of crazy to say. I mean, I love Havoc. I've always thought Havoc was a dope MC, but I hold him more as a producer than an MC. But Havoc definitely does his thing. But I mean, the songs that I like is America's Nightmare, the self-titled track, Win or Lose, Flood the Block. Dump with Nate Dogg was okay. Got it twisted, love the joint. I could have done without the remix with Twister. I could have done
yeah,
without that.
that was needed.
Yeah, it was not needed. When you hear the oh my god, I love that joint.
Yeah,
One of Ours Part Two with Jadakiss. Like I said, I feel like Jadakiss stole the show on that joint.
yeah,
On the Run was pretty dope, and I would have to throw your hands up in the air with Kanye. They killed
yeah,
that shit, and I think Never Change would probably be like my last favorite, but again, I feel like it could have been better. And at that time too, like they signed in the book. Prodigy, he even admitted like he was lazy with the lyrics on the album
mm,
because at the time they signed with Jive Records, home of Keith Murray, Spice One, Tribe Called Quest. But he was just saying like it's not a good look. And in the book, it shows like a picture of them signing the the record deal and shit like that. And you can see
yeah,
Prodigy's face like he wasn't really happy. So
yeah.
he was just like, yo, I just gave like lazy lyrics and shit like that. So, but yeah, could have been better, but it's an alright album. That's my thoughts on America's Nightmare.
Yeah, yeah. This album was pretty forgettable to me too. I think really the only track I like basically from this project, I would just have to say is Win or Lose. I just
Yeah,
I just felt like it was just Jive trying to cash in on Mobb Deep. Like Lil Jon producing for Mobb Deep. Like what?
That's
Like
strange.
that is strange. Kanye, I can kind of see, but Lil Jon, like, come on.
Yeah.
But the worst is yet to come, in my opinion.
Oh yes.
it's
Oh
a
my
fact.
god. Ugh.
Oh Lord. Oh.
Yeah. So
So who wants to
around
start?
2000. Oh, you're not done yet, Reg? My bad.
That's who wants to start off this one.
Oh, I'll start it off, man. This album came out in 2006. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, 2006.
Yeah, because albums I'm not too crazy about. I kind of get off. But yeah, '06. But '05, 50 Cent. I love 50. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
I love 50, but he became an asshole. Like
Yeah,
really dissing niggas. Like Game, the Game was like influenced by Nas. Like, and he became friends with Nas, and he became
right.
friends with Jadakiss and Fat Joe by like the club scene and all that. And why would he diss niggas that he's cool with? Like, I don't get it. Just because you got beef with him, but you don't even have beef. You just mad at the niggas because they did a song with Ja Rule. That was asinine to me. I never liked that. And at
Yeah,
that time, when the massacre was about to come out, I was like, I wasn't fucking with 50 like that. He kind of pissed me off because the Game, he became one of my favorite rappers of all time. You know what I mean?
right.
And in my opinion, the nigga single handedly bodied the whole unit. Like, I know y'all
Mm.
niggas hit 300 bars and running.
Oh yeah,
Like, that
Yeah.
shit is
Yeah.
tough. You know? How DJ Ski switches from all the instrumentals and he bodied that nigga. All of them. And 50 needed niggas. Like, he needed real street niggas to make him seem tough. I wasn't fucking with 50 then. Like, I was kind of believing that he was a rat and shit because I seen pictures of him in cops and shit. Like, I don't know,
yeah,
man. Like, I love 50, but he just kind of rubbed me the wrong way back in '05. But he signed
right.
Mobb Deep. He signed MOP. you know, and that's around '06 when Blood Money came out. So that's why I kind of mentioned the game because the nigga had them niggas like deaded out here. Like they still make great music because I love the Give It to That Trying soundtrack. You know,
Right.
I love Rotten Apple from Banks. You know,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's a tough album. But you know, he needed real niggas to make him seem tough. And then Blood Money comes out, man, and I remember I got it in the summertime '06. I bought it at FYE. And I got home, bumped it, and was like not really impressed, man. It's not like what's that track that was all over the place in the summertime? Fuck, it's the
Infamous.
second. Nah, what's the track? It's like put them in their place. That joint.
Yeah,
Yeah, that shit was tough. I like that beat and shit. And Pearly Gates, the original version.
yeah,
That shit is tough.
right. Yeah,
I love that track. And Prodigy said some real disrespectful shit about Jesus and shit. I love that shit. That shit is tough. But the album is just it's trash. I'm sorry, man. I think it's garbage. Like my favorite rapper, like in my top 5 of all time, is spitting the most laziest, shitty rhymes, you know? And Havoc's no better. Like the album's trash, man. I don't like Blood Money. Besides the 2 tracks I named, it's pretty much a sleeper, you know? Like I
yeah.
had it, but I sold the shit. Like
wow.
I don't
I
know.
don't blame you.
Very disappointing album, man. I don't like this album at all. And I love G Unit. You know, I love Mobb Deep, but I can't fuck with this album, gentlemen. You can take it from here. Fuck this album. Sorry, I keep it real. Sorry.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
I I actually I like just coming off of the mixtapes that they did, like the Free Agents and the West Coast mixtape and
Oh, that's
Yeah,
yo.
the
I don't mean to cut you off,
the
Char, bro, but that West Coast mixtape is fucking heat.
yes. Yes,
Yes.
I was telling Cold Chillin 86 on Instagram about it yesterday because he didn't even know that they came out with a West Coast mixtape.
Yeah.
that was like
Shout out to
'04,
Coach.
right?
I
But
want to say
like
'04.
just
Yeah.
for those and the Allegiance mixtape also that joint was fire.
Oh yes, yes,
Love that joint. Just coming off of those mixtapes and they had just left Jive Records and you know
yeah,
they didn't know who they was gonna sign to and then like the rumors started this on the internet started talking about G Unit and I was happy for them as a fan. Generally, I mean, if that's like one of my favorite groups, and I was generally happy that they were signing with G Unit, and it meant like more promotion for them, and getting with that whole aftermath and Shady Records umbrella,
right,
But like I felt like Mob, they never been the type to to follow somebody else's wave, you know.
right,
That wasn't their thing. Like they had their own movement, and I felt like being under G Unit, it was like they secluded to like the G Unit style of rap. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And it's like I think that's why people don't like the album because like Blood Money. If you gave those same like songs or beats to like Young Buck or to Banks, they would what I'm saying it would fit the whole G Unit theme of things. I don't feel like that's Mobb Deep thing. Like they did their own thing, and it's like once they got on G Unit, it was like a certain way of that they had to follow under 50 or whatever.
right.
But I like some songs like Creep. I love that song. I think that beat is nasty. I think Havoc killed it on that joint.
Right.
Pearly Gates joint, the original joint I like. The Prodigy who just killed it, and for whatever reason they put the original on the album.
Yeah.
Um, the joint they did with It's Alright with Mary and 50. I love that joint too.
Okay.
That should have been a single, but I mean I don't know. Like I guess they want to come out with no R&B shit or whatever. But
Right.
I like that joint. And that beat also. I think Nas used that beat for TikTok.
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
Alchemist
yeah,
song, the
yeah,
infantry the first infantry joint.
yeah.
Um and I like the joint that I forgot the name of it, the one with Yayo.
Click,
I
click.
like the beat for that. I don't like Yayo lyrically. I feel like he was like the weakest in G Unit, but
Yeah,
I like the joint like that joint. It could have been without him on it. You know what I'm saying? But I like that beat is crazy, and the joint with Banks. I like that joint, but it wasn't like a great album, and I feel like G Unit was like I don't know, like I don't feel like it was the right crew for them to be under. I feel like they go
I
about
agree.
their own business and do their own thing, and I feel like being on G Unit it wasn't a good look for them. Like they just was
I
like
agree
they
with
were
that.
happy to just get away from Jive, but I felt like they like G Unit is not it wasn't like the right and not even them MOP also. I don't feel like MOP was it was like everybody from like all the New York artists like 50 was just signing, you know. And they were just happy to be riding his wave, and that's not how like Mob or MOP go about things. They were just like I guess seeking like bigger promotion from the record label or whatever,
Yeah,
But I didn't really care for that. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy that. I didn't buy um America's Nightmare and those two. I don't have in my collection.
mm.
You know, that's about it.
You want to go, Rez, or you want me to go?
Oh, I can go. This album felt more like a G Unit compilation than a Mobb Deep album.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. I try to give this album a couple of chances, but way too many 50 and Yayo. I think the only song I find tolerable is maybe Out of Control. I mean, that's like a nice little party track for its time, but
right.
yeah, this is like their weakest album in my opinion. It's on you,
You
bro.
done really, or you want me to go now?
Or you can go, Steven.
Yeah, pretty much. I feel the same sentiments as you guys, man. Like I feel like this would be like Triboro. He said it best. Like this definitely feel like a G Unit project, like something that
yeah,
have a good would have done the executive producer, but like under his direction, but just G Unit cats just rapping over it. If that makes sense. It doesn't feel like a authentic Mobb Deep album. You know what I mean? And what people gotta watch out for too, like when you look at the back when it says the executive producer, 50 Cent was the executive producer as well as Sean Money XL. And when you see that, that is the people that decides what are the singles, the sequencing, how the beats should sound, and certain shit like that. And you could definitely tell. Honestly, I only like maybe like 4 or 5 tracks. I like Stole Something, Put Them in Their Place, Pearly Gates. Um, I think the reason why the original version wasn't on the album is because of Prodigy's line, what he said about God.
right.
I think that's why it wasn't on the album. In fact, they bleeped that out. So, um, Daydreaming was pretty dope. Um, the Infamous, I thought that was pretty dope too by Alchemist. But yeah, overall, not a good album, man. It's just like I like it this kind of reminds me of the Nas Dare album, like where with the Nas Dare album, not to bring it back, but a little bit, but um, where I felt like with the Nas Dare album, I felt like something that Kanye would have done for one of his projects, but take
Yeah,
Nas out of the equation and put Nas rapping over the beats. That's how I felt
yeah,
with this album with Mobb Deep with
yeah,
50. You know what I mean? And it was just not a good look. They was pretty much just going for the hype, man. As far as like Fake that at the time he was at his peak at that time. He was like the hottest thing out at the time. Um, that's why I feel like same thing with Little John. Like when they hired Little John to do Real Gangsters on America's Nightmare, because Little John and the East Side Boys they had like that little run from like 2002 to like 2004, and they were kind of going for that hype, and it didn't really work for them. You know what I mean? And it showed. Same thing with this album, to the point where, Prodigy. had the the G Unit tattoo on his hand. And then at this time too, like, Havoc was calling himself Hollywood Have. I'm like, my nigga, really, dude? Like, come on, dude. Hollywood Have, come on, my G. I'm glad you stopped that bullshit, but it's like, dude, nah, no, 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 no. Like, there was a song that they did, a couple of songs that I'm surprised didn't make the album. There was a couple of songs they did called Tight, which could have been on the album. Another joint called Horror Flick, that should have been on the album.
Yeah,
All
yeah, I love
Mine,
that.
yeah, whoo, Cobra,
Yeah,
that should have been on the album. But because 50 being the executive producer, him being who he is, someone of that stature, you're gonna try to go for that more commercial shit. And I agree with you, Triboro. MOP definitely they didn't do shit. They didn't even drop an
yeah,
album. They dropped the
nope,
St. Marks I think it was like the St. Marksman, but that wasn't even under G Unit. And with the
yeah,
Rockefeller shit either, that wasn't even a good look for them either. They dropped the Ghetto
yeah,
Warfare, but that was supposed to drop, I think,
that
like
was
in
it.
'03. But that didn't drop until like years later. I think like '06 or some shit like that.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
don't know. It just wasn't a good look, man. And I'm glad that was like the only album that they did. And I know Prodigy was saying like, yo, like, I kind of want to do my own thing, that kind of thing. 50 let me do my own thing. That's why he put out the Return of the Mac, which I think is a bunch of bullshit. I think he knew that the people was not feeling blood money, but he wanted to save face. Recipes of Prodigy, but I think he just was trying to save face about that. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to fuck up his relationship with 50. He was just trying to play it diplomatically, say like, yo, 50, let me just do my thing. Nah, this shit was whack, yo. Fuck that.
yeah,
And I'm glad he went to do it. No, for real.
Yeah, facts.
And that's what I have to say about that album.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they had so many unreleased joints that they did with like Dr. Dre and 50
Yeah.
that they never released. Like the Nightmares joint, I love that
Ooh,
joint, but
yeah.
they should have put that on Blood Money,
Yes. Yes.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that Nightmares joint is dope, yo.
Yeah,
I think I had that on
love
like a
that.
Who Kid mixtape or something. I
Yeah,
want to
put
Yeah.
it
say,
on there,
yeah. I want to
It was
say,
also on a J Love mixtape too.
right?
yo, Steven, is J Love Puerto Rican?
Yeah, he's like half Puerto Rican, half Italian, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cause I
Yeah.
seen that nigga. Yeah, I was seeing he was saying nigga like it was going out of style one time in an interview, and I was like, wow, that's crazy, gully ass white boy, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I seen some of the mixtape got the Puerto Rican flag on it and shit. So
Right, right,
right.
right.
yeah, yeah, J Love's dope. I fuck with J Love, man. I got those
Yeah,
Hidden Dark Ghostface mixtapes.
yeah.
Oh
You
yeah, them
know,
shits
Hidden
is
Darks.
dope.
Yeah,
yes. And I'm getting kind of off topic, but yo, I know Triboro and
mhm,
Steven can relate to this. Probably Reg too, but if you bought a mixtape in the early 2000s, right?
Yeah.
Like, chances are that shit ain't gonna work no more because they were on them cheap ass CDRs. Y'all remember them cheap ass
I
CDRs?
remember.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Oh,
half of my mixtapes don't even work no more, yo. I gotta like
yeah.
download this shit now. You know what I mean?
It's the depending on like the labeling, like the white label joints don't play on every system.
Yeah, man. That's what I hate
Like
about
the
that
you got
era.
like the clear joints, they last longer, but the white labeling, like the for some reason the paper on it doesn't like read the CD doesn't read on every system.
Yeah, all computer because I got the Jay-Z
Yeah.
S. Carter collection and I tried ripping that shit over and it didn't. It's like all static.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
yo, yeah, I hate that shit about mixtapes. But I'm
A
getting off
lot of them
topic.
I
But
have to
yeah,
throw away or gave away to like friends because I couldn't play them no more.
yeah. Unfortunately, I got boxes and boxes of mixtapes, yo.
Yeah.
It's like it's insane, yo. But yo, the Smack DVD still work though.
Yeah, I still got those.
Yeah.
Yeah, those still work like a glove because I guess
Yeah, yeah.
DVD R's are made better.
Right.
Right.
You know?
But also too with those mixtapes too, what I
Yeah,
noticed was some mixtapes, like especially like the silver joints, like they were
Hmm.
flaked off, like to the
Yeah.
point like you
That
could
too.
yeah,
see through. Yeah, and then it's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, like what the fuck is going on? You know?
I had the Machiavelli bootlegs on CD, and those CDs were flaking off. I had to get throw them away.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
And I was a mixtape king back in the day. I got over hundreds of mixtapes just laying in shoe boxes.
Yeah,
You
Damn.
know, like I'm pretty sure, Steven, you see my G
crazy.
Unit collection video, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got tons of those. Half of those don't even work, yo. But what's
Damn.
good was like that Piff is kind of whack too,
Mm-hmm.
because you look for an old school mixtape on that Piff, and that shit is all fucked up. Like tracks are missing and shit. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
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 so
yeah,
I don't know who's
Yeah,
uploading their stuff, but on their website, like half of their uploads, they missing tracks.
yeah.
yes. Thank you, Shot, bro. You know what I'm talking about. Yes.
Yeah,
And they're not
But
even the
I have
right songs too. Like when you play some of the beats, some of the stuff,
yeah,
you don't. They it's like it's labeled wrong too.
yeah,
yes. You know, gotta go to iTunes and fix that, edit it out. But luckily for
Yeah,
me, there's sites like Mixtape Monkey and Mixtape Kings, I think it is, some other site,
yeah.
and they
Livemixtapes.com is good
yeah,
too.
they're perfect. Yeah,
Yeah,
Live Mixtapes is never fucked up. So,
for
and
real.
I'm a big mixtape guy, you know. So where do we go from here, man? HNIC two, or like
I would
talk
say
about
like
that
Return of
later.
the Mac, Return of the
Return of the
Mac,
Mac,
maybe.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
oh 07.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know what happened to P on this, but he's a lot better than he was on Blood Money.
yes,
yeah,
yes,
I adore this album. I think it is fucking amazing.
yeah.
Rotten Apple, my favorite song on the whole shit.
Love that.
You know,
woo,
Stuck on You. That video I had it on a come up DVD. Stuck on
yeah,
You was my shit.
Yes.
Alchemist and Prodigy. You can't go wrong with that, yo.
yeah,
Love the whole album, man. I have it in my collection, of course. You know, but I
yeah,
gotta give it a re-listen. It's been a while, but for the remember, those are like my standout tracks. Especially Rotten Apple. That shit is so tough, man.
Yeah.
You know, and the sequencing of the album, the way the tracks play together, perfect, man. Great album. And Prodigy is not as crazy as he was on like the Infamous and Hell on Earth and Murda Muzik and HNIC one,
right.
but he's definitely still dope though. On this
Yeah,
album, I think he's
absolutely.
dope. Yeah,
I
love the
agree
album
too.
cover, like some old school 40s, 30s gangster shit.
Yeah,
You know what
whoo,
I mean?
Right.
Love that shit. And yo, I played this to death in '07. Like, love
yeah,
it. You know, this is the time
Oh
frame
man.
when he got in that beef with Saigon. I think Saigon was. I like Sai, but that
yeah.
nigga's a chump. That nigga's a chump for that. You know what I mean? For real. Duff and Prodigy just running like a little bitch. Fuck that nigga for
Yeah,
that, man. But
Right.
this yeah, great album. Turn of the Mac, love it.
That was that same. I agree with everything you said, Mike. Like it's a solid street album, and I love Rotten Apple. There's actually there's a remix with him and Sean P on
oh shit.
Yeah, yeah.
the Master P mixtape, and Sean is on it. I was like, yo, I wish they did
Oh
a video for that.
yeah, yeah. That's true. That came out
Crazy,
that
yo,
same
I
year,
love it. That
07, right?
yeah, and Stuck on You. And there was another joint he had called Baby or something like that. I don't think it made the cut, but it was like I heard it on a mixtape, and it was like he was like he did the chorus, like when Biggie did Baby Baby, like
Yeah,
that was part of the chorus. And that joint, I don't think it's on there though, but I heard that joint on the mixtape. It came out like around the same time as the album did. But
oh
like the
shit.
album is solid. Like him and Alchemist combination, you know, and that definitely is underrated to me.
Yeah, most def.
Yeah.
Very solid album. Like
Yeah.
he definitely came back with his pen game on this project and shit. Like
Word.
I like the song Stuck on You. Definitely
Ooh,
let's see, Take It to the Top. Yeah, definitely dope album.
Yeah, man. Love this album. A great comeback from Prodigy. You know what I mean? I love the fact that, their concept of the album was like sampling black exploitation samples. I thought that was pretty dope. Um, the Mac is back. I mean, the way it starts off the album, a return of the Mac, that's some straight New York, like some New York anthem type shit, which is I feel like it's something that's lacking in hip hop today. Um,
Yeah.
Stuck on You, very dope video. You see Alchemist pounding the beats off the MPC. I thought that was pretty dope. Mac 10 handle, that was pretty dope. Rotten Apple, oh my god, that shit is crazy. Um, what else? What else? What else? Seventh Heaven with Pacino. Oh my god,
Oh yeah,
Pacino's so ill. Pacino is so ill. He's so underrated. Like
that's that
I
light
love
skinned
his
nigga, right?
mixtapes. Yeah, he's from Far Rockaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, very very dope. Nickel and the Nail. Oh my god.
Mhm.
Stop Frontin'. That's that with Alchemist and Havoc. Last Words with Cocaine. I mean, very, very, very dope album. Definitely a dope way to promote HNIC too. And
Yeah,
that's all
shit's
I
a
got for
fucking
this album.
yeah. So HNIC two. Pretty sure
That's it.
2008, like early '08. I remember that.
Yep.
Like
Yeah,
like this when
2008.
yep, when P was about to get locked up for the gun charge he caught. And
Yeah.
this was around the time he filmed that classic footage from Cocaine City DVD. You know what I'm talking about? The nigga is going off on everybody that I liked at the time, but I
Yeah.
still think it was fucking hilarious. What the fuck is a Max B? Hell Rel. That's just whack. You know, he's like Joe Budden got to be one of the wackest niggas I ever heard in my life. I just think of Prodigy is on one, man.
Yeah.
And what he said, build a house, then stop being a rapper. That shit had me dying, yo. Yo, P was in his bag. But I may be in the minority, but I love HNIC too, man.
Yeah.
That is my shit. I need to get that back. I don't know what the fuck happened. I never lose CDs. You know what I
Right.
mean? I don't know what happened. Something happens to that, man. I don't know where it is. But I'm gonna have to get that joint again. But my favorite track on the whole joint gotta be that new Yitty. You know?
Ooh.
Getting that Saigon and shit on that track.
Yeah.
That shit is tough. When he's
Dope
like,
beat too.
hell yeah. That whole shit, Twins is on there. You got some bangers of Twins.
Yeah. Click
Um,
clack joint.
yeah. Love the album cover. Just the nigga made a video for every song on the album.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it and I see too, man. That shit is grimy.
Yeah.
He's on point lyrically. I think it's dope as hell. Unfortunately, I think this joint is like hella out of print though. You
It
know?
is. It is.
Yeah. So my man's Ray, before he got locked up, yo, he had some like 10 version. I remember he was showing me that shit.
Oh, the
It was
collector's
like
edition. I have that.
yeah, yeah,
I have that. Yeah.
yeah. That's dope, man. I love this album. This is, in my opinion, his third best album
Yeah.
Yeah.
after Ron Turn the Mac. But I highly enjoy it. I gotta revisit it again, but I know I love it. You know,
Right.
very dope album. Like I love that cover. I can't stress how much I love that cover. Very underrated too. I bumped the hell out of this album. Very dope.
That's a fact. Anybody want to go?
I love the album too. It's solid. I like the Veterans Day joint.
Oh, yes. Part
Um,
two.
Yeah, I forgot about
yeah,
that.
with that like the video fit the song so perfect,
Yes.
and it like every all the I don't even remember the track listing, but just like I remember like the videos and like there was like when he was like in a jail cell or something.
Yeah, I won out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Woo.
that I love that joint. Oh, like the whole album, like the production, like Alchemist was on point. And the songs were
Yeah.
better on this project, and it was great. I definitely gotta get that one. I don't have that one in my collection, but that one was a solid album though.
Word.
Yeah.
Reg, you want me to go? Or you want to go?
You can go, bro.
You said I could go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, man. Another great album by Prodigy. Definitely an underrated album, like Mike said. Um, you know what I'm saying? This is the album that, like, production wise, this is what Blood Money should have been, in my opinion. But I'm
Yeah,
just glad he made it with hit for his album, so it worked out well. Um, I just love the overall dark vibe of the album. I think this is some of Alchemist's best beats are on this album. Sid Rome's
yeah,
too. Young Veterans, The Life, Young Veterans, that beat is so dark. Um, the ABC video is so crazy. Field Marshal P. Oh my god.
yeah,
That shit is so fire. He was dedicated. He was in that song. He was pretty much talking about, police brutality. All the racial profiles, the killings. I.e., Sean Bell. Cats like that. I thought that was pretty dope. It's nothing with Big Noid. I Went Out with Havoc and Pacino. Pacino. That beat is so sinister, man.
yeah,
Dirty New Yorker. Oh my god. That beat is just so dope. The video for that shit is dope. You see them niggas cooking up coke, and you see like P Mad like wild skinny. You know what I'm saying? But like that whole overall
yeah,
album is just so dope, and it's crazy because I remember watching like a documentary that Jordan Tower did like with the making of this album. Like he would do like 2 or 3 videos a day and he rushed the album. The album was rushed because he would like record songs after songs after songs, but it just sounded so dope. It doesn't even sound rushed. It just sounds like it's cohesive. But that's how professional Mobb Deep is and shit like that. But overall dope album, very underrated. I just like Mike said, I like the fact that he did the videos for all the songs. I do have the collector's edition. It's still wrapped up. Definitely highly recommended. I definitely want to get the original version, the with the CD case. Definitely want to get my hands on that eventually. But overall dope album. Have no complaints about it. That's it.
Me personally, I haven't really heard the whole album yet, so I definitely need to re-listen to it. But I think from what I remember, I did like the track Illuminati. Um,
Yeah,
Definitely it's nothing and shit like that. That was a real special song. Seeing them both added together and three stacks. But yeah, I definitely had to re-listen to it.
All right. This one it gets kind of tricky because why just go straight into the 2014 album or whenever the fuck it came out?
yeah, we could do that.
You can do that.
It's called the Infamous. Um, to be honest, don't remember this, so I can't really go into it deeply.
Right, right.
But I bought. I like the second disc though.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? With all them
absolutely.
shits on there. But the main album, there's a song with the locks that I thought was pretty tough.
I didn't like that.
You don't like that?
I didn't like that. All a dream. It's all a
Yeah,
dream. I wasn't feeling that. The video's dope.
yeah. I didn't overly think it was hot, but that's
Right,
okay. You know what I mean? Um,
right.
God, the French Montana shit's garbage. I remember that.
Yeah, Henny.
Yeah, yeah. Off my head,
Yeah,
I should have done my homework and listened to it before we did this, but
nah,
I
it's
can't really
fun.
say no. So I'll give y'all niggas the floor because I can't really say shit about this record. You know?
Which one? What's that?
Triboro.
That's trash too.
I didn't,
What you
I
said?
didn't,
What you
I
said?
didn't hear, that other Prodigy joint though. I heard the last one I heard was HNIC 3, and I heard of course Albert Einstein and the was it the Bumpy Johnson album?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I heard
yeah.
those, but I didn't. There's like 1 or 2 of them that I missed though. I didn't this one.
Rich Turner Curry, right quick.
Oh shit.
Oh no, my
Um,
fault. I just read something on the internet and shit.
Oh, so what was it?
Anita Baker's getting honored at the BET Awards Sunday.
Oh shit.
That'll be worth watching. Oh, should I say the Wakanda Awards? My fault.
Oh Lord.
That is crazy, isn't it? What the fuck? You remember that album, either Trap, bro? The 2014 joint, I think it came out. The infamous.
I didn't this. I heard that. What? That's the one with album they did, right?
It's like a black and white cover, yellow
Yeah,
font.
I heard like no the double well the second disc is like like the remixes and stuff or whatever, like the unreleased joints. But I didn't like the
Yeah,
actual album. Like midway, I turned it off. I didn't even hear the whole thing.
yeah. To me, it's what I
Cause
remember. It's
they
pretty
did
shit.
like a joint with like Mac Wilds. I'm like, what are they doing? Like, what is this?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
and I like Mac Wilds, but not for a Mobb Deep project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Only
I
time
didn't.
I like,
I just turned it off.
I don't blame you. Only time I like Mac Wilds was in The Wire.
Yeah, exactly. Or and he was good on the breaks.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love the breaks. They need to come back with
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
it was supposed to come back on BET. They canceled that idea and shit.
Wow.
That was a dope show.
Reg?
Yeah, the infamous Mobb Deep, like disc one, I felt it was pretty solid. A bit too many,
Yeah,
a bit too many guest appearances, but
I agree.
I mean, they should have had some more people from the infamous mob. I would have accepted that more.
Right,
I like the song "Get Down," not "Get Down." I mean, "All a Dream with the Locks." Um,
right,
My Block, Conquer, Murderer. Like it was still a solid album, but this too is just fine. I like the demo version of that shit, especially the
facts.
the demo of "Give Me the Goods." Like I understood why they did that shit, but it is what it is.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with Reg on this. It's a solid album. It's not their best, but it's a lot better than Blood Money. Um, one thing I forgot to mention about Blood Money, he had no guest appearance from QB. Like
Yeah,
that's crazy. Like no Big Noise, no
yeah.
Infamous Mob. That's crazy. Same thing with this album.
Hmm.
But um, the songs I like from this, Taking You Off Here. That was a dope video. Say Something. Dirt was pretty cool. Times was dope. Didn't care for All the Dream. Just I felt like it didn't fit the album. I felt like that could have been more on LOX's album, if anything. Murderer was cool. Give Me All That was dope. Lifetime, I think was like the best track off the album of the first disc. That was produced by Alchemist. Conquer was cool. Waterboarding and Get It Forever was pretty dope. Um, but the creme de la creme of the album is the infamous sessions from '94. Just hearing like the unreleased alternate versions of certain songs, some of the unreleased joints. Um, Eye for an Eye, the original version, that was pretty dope.
That
Kind of has like
Raekwon
a
verse.
yeah, like I kind of like this version a little bit better. It has like a Wu Tang kind of vibe to it. It has like something RZA would have done around like 94, 95. Definitely, I could definitely hear him doing that. Um, Get It in Blood, aka Take It in Blood. That was on the Mob Misses mixtapes. I'm so glad to hear a cleaner version of this song. Although I do like the original gritty version that was on the J Love mixtapes. Kind of has like a more edgier
Right.
feel to it. But it was good to hear like a studio version of that. The Give Me the Goods with Big Noise, that was pretty dope. Um, the bridge, love that joint. What's the other song? The Money with Killer Black and Karate Joe. Love the beat for that joint. We about to get hectic. The Infamous. Love that joint. But some of the stuff, like some of the songs like The Infamous, Hectic, The Bridge, I kind of prefer the original demo versions of those. I
Yeah,
feel like some of the beats are a little bit too cleaned up in my
yeah,
personal opinion, but I understand why they did that because you wanted it's 2014. We live in a digital era. You know, people want to hear the. This is like the iTunes era. Like people don't really bump music in their cars no more. Like it's all about their
Right.
iPods, the Beats for Dre's and shit like that. So it's pretending for those people, unfortunately. But
Right.
overall, decent album, a lot better than Blood Money, in my opinion. I think Blood Money is like the worst album in the discography. Should have been that was easily a cash in a tax write off for 50. So, but yeah, overall, yeah, decent album. That's all I have to say about that.
And the waterboarding joint, that's from the Black Cocaine EP.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yep.
So, where do we go from here, man? Uh, it's like,
Uh, that's all
Um,
the albums basically. I mean, we
yeah,
can still do the Prodigy stuff.
Albert Einstein is the only one I'm familiar with, and after that, I'm not.
Right.
Well, HNIC 3, I like Skull and Bones, but the rest is fucking trash.
yeah, I
Terrible.
like the.
And I
Yeah.
love
I
P.
like,
I worship the nigga, but
yeah, yeah, same thing. Like the only songs
Yeah.
I like from HNIC 3 was the first song Without Rhyme or Reason. That was dope.
Right.
Slept On was pretty dope.
Um,
What else? What else? What else? What's the song? I think that's pretty much it. I think yeah,
what's
that's
the
I
single he
think
had with that Boot Baguettes guy or whatever?
Get Money. That was dope
Yeah.
too.
I like that joint. Yeah.
Yeah, Make It Hot. But I would say Rhyme and Reason. Without Rhyme and Reason, pretty Slept On was live was pretty
Right.
dope too.
Yeah.
Um, Smack That Bitch was alright. Let Me Show You was pretty dope. I really like that joint. It had like a G unit,
Mm.
something that 50 would do,
Right.
but it was still dope. Like Prodigy did his thing on that joint, but that's pretty much it. I could have done
Yeah.
without it, honestly.
Yeah.
yeah, man. Albert Einstein was fucking flames though.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Track of Rock Marciano, Action Bronson, really good
Yeah.
out. I need that. That's
I
it
need
was
that
pressed on
too.
some bum ass label. I don't know
Yeah.
what it was pressed on, but you know,
It was actually Infamous Records,
yeah,
Wow.
love
their
that
record
album.
label. Yeah.
Definitely.
Osvaldo says Havoc solos. I only know Silent Partner, whatever the fuck. That's
Oh, that
banging
shit is
too.
so ill.
Silent Partner.
Yeah. I don't know that other
The
joint when he's on the cover. I
the
don't know
Kush was
nothing about
okay.
that.
It wasn't great. I didn't like the production on the Kush, but he had like Be There was dope, and
Yeah,
the joint he with Prodigy was good, but I didn't like the production overall. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like that was his strongest production.
I agree with you, Triboro. Like
Yeah.
the beats were okay, but I don't know. He was like all over the place with that album.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like some of the songs I liked was By My Side, One Less Nigga,
Yeah.
Ride Out, Set Me Free, Be There was cool, Get Off My Dick. Um, but it just felt like a mixtape more than an album, in my opinion.
Album. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, like a compilation, like stuff that he had laying
Right.
around and shit. Like he's like, oh fuck it, let me just put it on this album, just make it an album. I think it was kind of like like I feel like it was like an afterthought when it came to Havoc. I think it should have been executed better.
Free
And
Agents
then
is
Definitely.
fucking dope, man.
Free Agents is dope. I love that
Yeah.
joint.
Yeah. I think
That
Backwards is
that
like
to me is
one of
like
the
one of the
best tracks.
yeah.
What happened?
I said I thought Backwards was one of the best songs. Backwards?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
They like radio was playing like all those joints. My favorite rapper and Solidified.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Uh, all
Yes.
of those joints, the double shots, all of those like that should have been a official album right there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like they could have just scrapped Blood Money and just put out the Free Agents mixtape.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a
I would
fact.
have. I still bump that. Like that's one of my favorite mob projects.
Yeah. Same here, yo. Very
Oh,
underrated.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, man. Yeah, like double shots, paid in full, solidified.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
oh, serious. Oh my
Hmm.
god. That should have been a
Yeah.
single. That shit is
Definitely.
so dark, yo. Like this shit got like that 85, like you driving at night, like then you realize you just fucked up. So like you just like driving a car, you see the
Right.
fucking city lights reflecting the car and yo, that shit is
Right.
so
Right.
ill, like that shit is, yo, that beat is crazy, son. Like, whoo. 4th of July with Alchemist, Evidence,
Yeah.
Prize and Twin, so dope.
Crazy.
If I rhymed, yo, if I stayed rhyming, like Alchemist would be my go-to producer. That nigga,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, he's in my
I,
top 5.
I wouldn't blame you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The illest.
Illest. Crazy.
Narcotic. Oh my god, yeah, that shit is dope.
Yeah.
The
I
only
got
thing
that
I
shit at
didn't
fucking
like,
Kmart.
you got that at Kmart.
Yeah, I got it
Wow.
at Kmart. So yeah,
Oh shit. You know it's funny because I got the Brother Lynch Hung album, the Lynch by Inch album, the double disc joint from 2003. I got it from
yeah,
Kmart too. I was like,
it
what
came
the
out.
fuck?
Yeah, Kmart sold explicit albums too.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walmart. You can learn from that. Hate Walmart.
Oh, same. Ugh.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I'm actually about to get ready for a job interview, so I'm gonna catch up with y'all later.
All
All
right,
right, man.
Reg.
Yo,
Thanks
good
for
luck,
coming.
man.
Yeah.
Appreciate
All
having
right,
me.
Reg.
Peace, brother.
Later.
Peace.
Peace.
I think a
Yeah,
great
and
way to. Oh, go ahead, Steven. My bad.
no, I was gonna say I was gonna talk a little bit about the Havoc. I was gonna breeze through because they're really not that
Mhm.
good. Like,
Oh yeah.
Right.
yeah, like Hidden Files. Supposedly it was like unreleased tracks that he did, but I don't know. It was okay. Like I did a review on that a couple years ago. I wasn't really a big fan of that. 13 was okay. It could have been a little bit better, in my opinion. But I did like 13 Reloaded. I think that was a better album compared to the 13. Joints I like from that joint was Uncut Raw with Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
Don't Take It Personal. What I Rep. Dirty Calls. Fallen Soldiers with Cormega. All that shit. And then the Silent Partner joint with
Oof.
Alchemist.
Oof.
Seize
Yeah.
Power. Seize Power. Oh my god.
Crazy.
So fire.
Prodigy caught a fucking heater on that album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus. Almost seemed like old piece coming back. You
Yeah.
know. Another song that is kind of off topic, but not really because it's Prodigy. Another
Right.
track that Prodigy, like you could say, this nigga is coming back, yo. Hoodie Weather with Yo Drew.
I
Yo, you
gotta
ever
I
heard
gotta
that?
I
revisit
didn't hear
that.
that
I
one.
didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
That is tough.
What album was
P
that
was
on?
like, that's just like a Lucy that Yo Drew released, and Marco
Okay.
Polo did the beat. Marco Polo
Oh
did the beat,
shit.
and P was like,
Hmm.
I stay gritty in the hoodie weather. I dismember the 9 and put it back together. That shit, oh my god.
Woo!
I was like,
Hmm.
damn, I gotta send y'all that. Y'all gonna go nuts. That shit is
Yeah.
a fucking banger. You know?
Yeah.
And you know how
Yeah.
Yo Drook always plays homage. Yo Drook said in the chorus, he was like, I go to get HNIC at Sam Goody back in 2000 or something. I was like, oh, that shit's fire.
Mm.
Yes, it's a dope track, yo. It is really dope.
Yo,
One
I
of my
used to
favorite
hate
rappers
Sam
right now,
Goody.
too.
Old Juke is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to hate Sam Goody back in the day. They were too expensive, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just window shopping there. You know?
Wow.
FYE
Strawberries is
had
better.
yeah, FYE had like more
Yeah.
choices and more like exclusives and shit. That's what I like.
I bought a lot of stuff from
Yeah.
them.
Same here.
I remember Sam
Wow.
Goody's was the only place like CDs were $20, but Sam Goody's, right? I seen Money Power Respect
Mm.
Right.
like $22, nigga. I was like, what
Yep.
the
Oh, you
fuck?
got me. Nah. You got me
Crazy.
fucked up, bro.
Crazy.
Exactly, yo.
That's like them and Tower Records. I never went to buy anything from there.
Yeah.
Remember Tower Records?
Yeah,
Hell
I
yeah. I
don't even
never had
think.
it out here, but I remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
had it
never
on
went. Same
42nd Street,
I
Times
would
Square,
stay away.
right?
Prices were too high.
Yeah, because I remember the one I went to, the one in Times Square. That's the one I remember.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You know, I always tried to go to like when the Wiz was around or Music
Yeah,
Factory,
yeah,
Super Beat Street.
yeah.
Downtown Brooklyn. You know what I mean? Like those are my places I used to go get buy records.
Same here, yo.
You know, once in a while I go to There used to be like a mom and pop store called Bondi's in the village, and I would go there.
Okay.
The new AZ album or Redman albums.
Mm.
It's like this is like back in the 2000s, like early 2000s.
Right.
But Tower Records and Sam Goody I always stayed away from because like their prices was way too expensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
You know what's
know,
really good though? I don't know if y'all ever had them.
uh,
Strawberries. Strawberries.
I heard
nah,
of that.
yeah,
I heard
Yeah,
of
it
that.
was
yeah,
a
They were
Massachusetts thing.
yeah, because they were because we had specs and that
mm,
was like on the trans world, which is like FYE. It was like the
right,
umbrella of FYE. So you
right,
had strawberries, peaches. We had peaches down here. We had specs, strawberry, like Mike said, coconut. I don't know
yeah,
if you guys remember
Yeah.
coconut.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
yeah.
I bought Redman's
Coconut was
second
in
album from
Providence.
Coconuts. Actually,
What happened?
I actually bought There's a Dark Side from Coconuts.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, I went to Coconuts to get that one.
Cause the one you went to, was it the one in Long Island, Franklin Square?
Nah, the one in I forgot the street. It's the one that used to be in the village. It was like on the corner, and it was
Okay,
like across the street. There was like a Skechers shop over there.
okay.
Yeah, so I went there to get There's a Dark Side.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the one I went to was it was in Long Island. It was like Franklin Square and shit. It's
Yeah,
like right not too far from like the Ford dealership, and there was like a
right.
Ponderosa like in that plaza. So it was like
Okay,
yeah, so it was like over there and shit. But yeah,
sure.
that was the only coconuts that I knew of at that time. But
Yeah,
remember Suncoast?
Suncoast. I remember them.
Oh my
You're like
god, I
a
love that shit.
VHS store, right? Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I had that too, like right next to the gas
I,
station.
I actually I bought DVDs. So like when DVDs first came out, I bought the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring
yeah,
and Queen of the Damned. I bought those from Suncoast. The one in Kings Plaza.
yeah.
Yeah, I bought it from there. Like buy any like CDs or anything from there. Yeah,
Yeah, I like some coast because they always had like exclusive movies and shit, like movies like hard to find movies.
yeah, right,
Yeah, especially like martial art movies and shit like that, even horror
right.
movies. So I would
Yeah,
go over there for those and shit.
yeah. Suncoast. Wow.
Yeah,
You
yo.
know?
So I want to end it off with like, how did y'all feel when y'all first heard the Prodigy pass?
Oh
Uh,
man,
It's crazy, man. It's devastating. Like every like legendary rapper that has passed away was devastating.
yeah,
Same.
Like I heard about Big L dying and Pun was Biggie and Pac. Like everyone was like a shock. It's still a shock to like not have them around.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And Prodigy was like, damn, we lost another one. It's like it's always the great ones that go before their time.
yeah.
I don't
Yes.
think I would genuinely feel this way about Young Thug dying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I
No,
know it's fucked up to say, but
Oh, but it's true.
it's like the
it's
legends
true.
always die young.
Yeah,
Facts.
Oh, and Prodigy was like that. I didn't, I couldn't believe it, man. It's still a shock, and it's only been like 1 year. It feel like long,
yeah,
Yeah.
and
What they
it definitely like it was a legend, and definitely gonna be missed forever. You
what's
know,
eerie about it for me
it's sad
was
because I feel like Mobb had great music in them, and like now that he's gone, it's like Havoc. I feel like Havoc. I don't know if we're gonna ever get like a classic solo album from Havoc. You know what I'm saying? Like Havoc might
right.
come back and be like, well, he might just like not want to do music like that anymore.
yeah. What's real fucked up for me was when and it kind of eerie was I posted the Hell on Earth, the OG with the the coconut table,
Yeah,
you
Right.
know, and I had just got that because Steven kind of freshened my mind up that you got to get the enhanced joint because
Right.
in my cassette it had it, but when I got the CD in 2000, it didn't have it, and I was like, oh, I never knew that. It pissed me off, but then Steven told me about it like 3 years ago, so I was just posting about it the same day he passed. It was crazy, and you can go to my timeline. You got to scroll down a fucking year, and you can see it, And a couple hours later, I grabbed my phone, and this is a picture of P, like reading a book or some shit, and it's on Nas's page, and I was like, "R.I.P. King." I said, "No,"
No.
you know.
Yeah.
I gotta be the sickle cell or something, man. And it just fucked me up so bad. I fucking shed tears. I don't care if
Yeah,
niggas think that's corny or not, but
Right.
this man's music got me through some tough times, some dark, fucked up times.
yeah,
And he's one of my hip hop heroes, man. Easily, like he's in my top five of all time.
yeah.
If it wasn't for him, there'd be no Griselda, there'd be no
Yeah.
Rock Marciano, there'd be no
Facts.
fucking Mayhem Loren,
Facts.
Crime Apple, all these new niggas that
Yeah.
that got that grime. That be yo,
Right.
he's the grimiest of all time, in my opinion. You
Facts.
know what I mean? Like that. You just think of scuffed up Tims and bubble coats and beepers and fucking the pavement when you think of Prodigy. Even his voice is when he
Yeah,
speaks, his steez, like everything about him is fucking not just Queens but New York, you
yeah,
know.
Right.
And it's a tragedy, man. I feel for Kiki and um his daughter and his son, son Shaka and shit. Like
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
for them
Right.
because P was a family man and he definitely didn't deserve to go out so young. And my heart is still broken about it, man. And long live Bandana P, man. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, man. How I found out, man, I was working at the treatment center at the time, and like I was driving a van. Like I was dolo. I had to go pick up a client and shit, right? So
Right.
my man JD, who lives in Fort Lauderdale, he texted me. I remember it was like 1:35 p.m. I remember that shit too. Yo, you heard about P? You heard that he died? Yo, my fucking, you know how like you get nervous or scared? You
Right.
get like that feeling like that, like your heart melts and shit. That's
Right.
that's the that's the feeling I got. I was
Yeah.
like, no fucking way. Son, I had to pull over and I had to scroll to the internet and type in Prodigy. All this post,
Right.
I'm seeing all this post. Prodigy's dead. Prodigy's dead. Age 42. Prodigy this. I'm like, no fucking
Right.
way, dude. Like, I didn't cry, but I definitely got teary eyed, and that shit really fucked my day up. Like I
Yeah.
and like Mike said, there's nothing wrong with people crying. Like I'm tired of these motherfuckers, trying to play this tough role, tough guy shit. You know what I'm saying? If you cry, you're a pussy. Like I hate that shit. Like where did that come from? I don't get that. If anything, it's a
Right.
form of therapy. And
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? And it's like one thing I hate is the fact that, Prodigy, people love Prodigy, but I don't see the love given back to him. Like I don't see people like radio stations, media outlets like replaying Prodigy's music like they
Hmm.
do with Biggie and Tupac. And that's no
Exactly.
shots to Tupac and Biggie, but I feel like Prodigy
Right.
holds just as enough weight and his contribution to the culture.
Right.
What like I said, when it comes to the fashion, the way you talk, the lingo, which they would call the thumb language. Um, the way he did his videos, his concepts,
Yeah.
and and I feel like Prodigy was very misunderstood. I feel like Prodigy, he was a very smart dude. Like if you read his book,
Right.
Infamous Life, which I highly recommend everybody get it. It's such a page turner. Like you put it down, is addicting. Like you have to pick it up, like just to see what else he's gonna say. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Um, just some of the shit he was talking about, like in '96, where he kind of like he got the teachings of Malachi York and like
Right.
the 5% Nation and just like some of the stuff he applied that to his lyrics and stuff like that. And it's crazy too, man. Like because the last concert I saw with Mobb Deep was actually in 2016
Mm.
and in Miami, and that was the last concert that that Prodigy ever did in Miami, in Florida in general.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad. I was so happy to see that. I was honored to see that and shit like that. So to be
Yeah.
part of history.
Right.
But Prodigy was a smart dude. He was all about eating right. He did the more political things. So he wasn't just all gangsters, slicing nigga, giving niggas buck 50s. He wasn't all
Right.
about that, man. He even
Right.
said, even in an interview around like the infamous time, he was just saying like how like yo, all these niggas like that street shit, you gotta leave that alone. Go to school, get a great job, a career. This shit ain't for everybody. And he was deep in the streets, but this is a nigga saying that, so that should tell you something.
Right.
And it's just sad that that people don't really give Prodigy his props. They don't give the proper respect. And yeah, like Reg said, it was cool when like the newscasters would recite the lyrics into their segment as far as like giving the weather and the traffic, which was cool. But where was that love then when he was alive? Like, don't, it's like they say, give the flowers where the people can smell them while they're alive.
Exactly.
How
You know what I'm
cringy that
saying?
was, Steven?
What happened?
That was so cringe, wasn't it?
Yeah,
On Route 18 or the fuck.
yeah,
Things are looking survival of the fittest. Shut the fuck up, you corny ass nigga. That really pissed me off.
yeah.
you
It was
know?
cool for the time, but then like more and more you watch it, then yeah, it does get kind of corny after a while though.
Yeah.
But it's like, we're so worried about, like it's like I hate to bring this dude's name up, but the Triple X kid, God rest his soul. Cause I got a lot of hate on my Facebook. You saw that, Mike.
Yeah.
The hate that
I didn't see the hate, brother. I gotta look at that.
yeah, just go on my
Yeah,
timeline and then you'll see it's on Facebook. But
yeah.
I had one sucker ass nigga delete me and shit, but I could care less. But for me, man, it's just like there was no mention about Prodigy. Like nobody played his music,
Nope.
no love. But it was all about
Right.
this Tentacion kid. And it's
Right.
like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna get too much into that, but RB Prodigy, I love you, Thun. Um,
Yeah.
thank you for the contributions, the dope music over the years. Your interviews were dope. Just the gems that I got from them, and the way to live, the way to survive. Thank you for the ill book, regardless of what people say about the book, saying like he's snitching. But realistically, what gangster rapper doesn't snitch? Because you doing the same thing, but it's just a song. Nobody
Right.
got arrested when he wrote the book. He was just
Nah,
speaking on in his perspective. So
Right.
that's just my thoughts. Rest in peace, Albert Johnson. I'm glad no more pain. You don't have to suffer through anymore. I'm happy that you're reunited with your mom and your father because his father died in '96 of AIDS. Um, his mom died I think in 2016, Christmas time of 2016.
Damn.
Yeah, no more pain. No more
Yep.
pain.
Great.
That's all I
Well
got.
said, gentlemen.
I
Well
actually
said.
I was fortunate enough to see him in 1999. You remember Greek Fresh, Steven?
Yeah,
Yeah, I went to Greek Fresh in '99, and that's when Quiet Storm came out, and they performed it, and they ripped down Jones Beach. It was crazy. Like they did their thing. They did all their hits from all the other albums at that time, and it was
yeah.
great. The only time I seen them was in 1999.
Damn, you got them in their prime, son. Oof.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got them
it was
in '04, but
crazy.
lucky I got them
And
enough.
especially the new ones. Oh my god.
What happened?
I think like the whole Jones Beach on Long Island went crazy when they did that shit.
Oh, of course. Of course. Not to mention that
And
Prodigy's
yeah,
from Hempstead too. So
right.
that LI love, man, that Strong
Yeah,
Island love is there
it's
too.
crazy. And that was a good show. They had Shaheem was on that show also, and
Ooh.
Deck was there, and
Hold up.
Flive
Inspector
back
Deck
then
was there?
yeah, Deck was there with Shaheem.
Oh.
Cause they were promoting Shaheem was promoting the Man Child album at that time, but it got shelved or whatever.
Right, right,
Like shelved at that time. But they were giving out like the Man Child stickers and stuff. But
right.
yeah. Little Vicious was there with him too. Remember Little Vicious?
Damn. Who?
Yeah. Jack Rob was there. He did he did the I Love You Baby joint.
Yeah.
It was
That's a
like
dope song.
They were promoting. Yo, Terror Squad was actually supposed to be there, and they never showed up.
Ah,
I still got the Terror Squad sticker because they were giving out like the Terror Squad the stickers and the Terror Squad T-shirts or whatever from
right.
like the
Damn.
medallion that they were in the first album, the first Terror
Yeah,
Squad album
yeah.
with the two whatever. Yeah, I got the stickers for that, and they were giving out the T-shirts, but they never showed up.
Oh, damn, son.
Yeah, that day was historic. Yo, like, I got to see Mob and Naughty and
Ooh,
it was great. You know, Shaheem was gave me a dap, and I was like in the front, and he gave me a dap.
damn, that's what's up, yo.
That track with Big L on Man
So that's like
Child
the only
though.
Oh yeah,
time Mob or whatever.
Furious Anger killed that shit. I
Oh,
Yeah,
need that album too.
same.
Goes for a bit of money though.
definitely. Favorite like Prodigy like collab.
Say it again.
What's your favorite Prodigy feature?
Ooh, that's a good question. One of my favorites on top of my head
Mm,
would have to be Tres Leches of the Capital
I
Punishment
love that.
album. Oh,
I
son,
mentioned that to Mike yesterday. I love that.
son, that beat, the way RZA flipped that sample,
Yes,
like how dark RZA made it, and then
crazy.
just the way he rolled the beat. I think he had the best
Right,
verse on the track. And then I
definitely.
would say Deck. I would say Deck. It would be second, and then
Yeah,
Pun.
pun.
It
Yeah,
was like the last good one. But for me, Prodigy, he stole that show, man.
Me and the
I
clicker
love
sit
that.
down and eat dinner.
Woo,
Woo!
woo.
Got a new banger. That was
They
fire.
definitely need a video for that joint.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
or
What's yours on Triboro?
it's that one, but I love the I Shot You remix.
Oh yes,
Because when that joint came out, it was like, everybody thought LL was taking shots at Pac or whatever. You know what I'm
right,
saying? And then
right,
Biggie came out with the Who Shot Your joint. So it was like we had like two different songs that could have been about Pac, but they didn't mention his name or whatever.
right.
But that I Shot Your joint with Prodigy was like, that's a classic collab. You know what I'm saying? But he had so
Yeah.
many. He had like even joints he did with like Infamous Mob and you
Oh
know
yes.
so many. I can't even like think of like all the features he did, but that
It's
like
too
those two
much.
come to mind. And Tres Leches,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I forgot one. Gusto with A plus.
Oh wow, that's a name I hear in a minute.
Yeah. That Lasky Kid album. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I
Fire.
remember A+.
Oh, the little nigga rocking the Timbs on the cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had like the
Yeah.
waves and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Such a
shit
Wow.
we
great
did with
album.
the Lost Boys too, off the
Right, right.
Love Even
Yeah.
Navigate shit. Ooh.
She was on that joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
See, the 90s
But
had such dope shit, man. Like it was so versatile, man. Like
yeah,
what were you gonna say, Tribal? My bad.
you know. I mean, like that like the whole thing about him choking on an egg and dying. Do you really believe that, or you think it's like something else, like Illuminati or something?
I don't think it's Illuminati, honestly. I don't think
No,
so. I at first I thought it was, his complications with with the with his
sickle cell.
sickle cell. Yeah, thank you. Um, but I don't know. They're saying like it's the egg, man. I didn't want to believe that shit, but then it's like I didn't want to believe. I'm like, there's no fucking way. There's no
Right.
way. But anything is possible. Cause I'm not gonna hold you, but if
Mm,
you eat like a hard boiled egg and you don't drink nothing, my nigga, you choking. That's like eating cement, my G.
yeah.
Like, yeah. So I could
Yo,
only imagine.
the smell of that shit though. Oof.
Yeah, yeah.
I honestly think he might have died from complications of sickle cell.
Right.
You
Yeah, I
know?
think so too, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. We obviously all loved P, and I enjoyed
Yeah.
this show. I really,
I
really
think
Definitely.
so,
did. That was
man.
fucking amazing. I can still kick it, but if y'all gotta go, that's okay.
Yeah, I actually gotta go. I gotta cut the
Okay.
grass and shit. So
Yeah.
All right. If y'all gotta go, that's fine. I'll just stay for what 5 minutes and get the fuck
I'll
out of
stay
here.
on. I ain't do nothing.
Oh, all right, y'all, bro. I got yo, Steven, I
Yeah.
want to send you that track with yo Drug and Prodigy.
I bet.
You know.
Word. All right, peeps. I'm about to go. Thank you for tuning in. Much love. Thank you
Okay.
guys for sticking with us. Triboro, Reg, Mike, it's been real. Definitely gotta do this again.
For sure.
Triboro, I was talking to Mike earlier.
Uh-huh.
I eventually want to do like like Core Mega
Yeah.
because I think he has a dope discography as well as like like Juice, Kane and
Yeah.
Cool G Rap and
Definitely.
Rakim. Because we kind of did a
Yes.
little bit of that. We did a little bit about that
Right.
on the first live stream that we did together. But
Uh-huh.
Joey kind of kept like over talking niggas and trying to take over the
Oh,
show. And I
yeah.
wasn't feeling that shit. I was like, nah, never again. I apologize Shaq, for you to go through that bullshit.
Right.
That will never
That's
happen
all.
again.
Yeah, that's okay,
So
brother.
yeah. So
Oh shit.
all right,
No
peeps.
doubt.
I'm
I'm
out.
down
See
for
you
that
on the
though.
flip
Definitely.
side.
All right, yo.
All right,
All right,
peace.
Steven. Peace,
Peace.
All
brother.
right, peace.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, enjoy that shit.
Definitely gotta
So
do
who's in
that.
the
The
building?
Godfather's rap discography. Definitely gotta do that.
Repeat that, top bro.
I said we definitely gotta do that Godfather's a rap discography.
Oh yeah, that's coming. But
I mean
Jodeci.
that's who I consider the Godfather of rap. You know what I'm saying? Kane and G Rap, Careless.
Oh yeah, because without them, you got no Nas, no
Yeah,
Big, no
exactly.
Jay, no
I mean,
Mob.
I mean, even take it way back, even before then, it was like the biggest mainstream, the biggest like rap star in the '80s was Curtis Blow. Before LL and anybody else.
Yeah,
Like Curtis Blow was the shit back then. Back when it was just like 5 people on one hand you can name that was rapping. Now everybody and their mama rapping.
that's what kind of stopped me from rapping because I was rapping in '04, and I'm not being conceited. But I
Yeah,
was pretty fucking good. But I was like,
yeah,
I seen a nigga that was collecting Pokemon cards rapping now.
yeah.
I was like, oh come on, everybody rapping, everybody
I
rapping.
I started writing poems and then I started gradually writing rhymes when I was like in a freshman in high school. But I always said I never wanted to be an artist. I felt like I didn't want that pressure of a label telling me when to come out, how to do it. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to
Oh
come out on my
yeah.
own. I wanted to ever be an artist.
Even as a young nigga, I didn't want to be famous.
Right,
I want to make an album or a mixtape and show my niggas. That's all I wanted to ever do. But
right.
I
And
never really
and
got to do
and
that.
like I always wanted to do like the behind the scenes thing. That's how I started like promoting for labels and on street teams and stuff because like that to me was more fun was like being able to promote my favorite artist's new album or single or whatever. That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah,
Artist development. We don't have a limit in this day and age. It's like everybody depends on the internet now for their buzz.
facts.
And back then it was like you needed that street team to promote your newest album coming out, especially if you was a new artist, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cassie know who you was.
I on the Joe Budden first album for Def Jam. Like I helped promote that album. We met up with Joe Budden in the city. You know what I'm saying? I met him and everything, and he had his issues with Def Jam and with Jay-Z. That's between them. But I mean, for me, it was like fitter and just listening to him on the Clue mixtapes and the Desert Storm mixtapes and all that. I wanted to help him get to where he needed to be.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately for
that's
Joe,
what I was want to become an artist. Like, yeah, I could rap, but I just look at that as a hobby for me. I never. It's not nothing that I use to gain success or for $1 or whatever. I'm not in it for that. Like, I'm in it for the love of the music. Like, I've been around artists where they only do music to get pussy.
yeah,
You feel me?
and that's disgusting to me.
And I
You
feel
know what
like
I mean?
that's if you're an artist in any genre, not just rap, but if you're a new artist in any genre and you're doing it for the wrong reasons, you're not gonna succeed. And I can't rock with,
For
with,
real.
with artists that they're just doing it for ass or for just the money. Like if your heart is not into it 100%, 200%, then don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
For
And
real.
I've always loved music where I don't care about making money off of it, or I I just love music naturally. I have a music tattoo on my neck because that's how much invested
Facts.
I am in music. Like music has helped me in tough times as well. I look at music as therapy.
Same here.
I
Without
feel
music,
like,
I ain't got shit. You know.
yeah, exactly. I feel like that's how people need to treat it. Like they need, especially with rap. This is ours. It's like we need to treat it, preserve the culture for the younger generation coming up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the young generation now, they don't know about the old school, or they refuse to hear the old school. And it's us as music heads to preserve the culture and to teach the young generation who KRS One is, and Cool G Rap, and Kane, and BDP, and you know what I'm saying, Roxanne
Yeah.
Shante. So that's
Cause
why I love music. That's why I live and breathe music every day of my life. Like I don't care about making money off it or nothing like that.
yeah. Yeah. Cause
You know
eventually,
what
I
I'm
want
saying?
to take this
And I
platform and get
where
paid
I had,
for it.
I had to cut them off. The friendship had to cut off because they were in it for the wrong reasons. They wasn't in it for the love of the music. They were in it for getting ass. I'm like,
Yeah.
if you feel like you got to get ass based off of being an artist, then something is wrong with
No, for real, for real. I'm rapping to get
you.
pussy.
Like,
Like fuck out of here.
if I was blessed with a talent to rhyme, I was getting ass before that. I don't need to use that to get ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of artists, especially like the artists that are not like the unsigned artists, that they're like 40, 35, 40, still trying to get signed, and they in it for the wrong reasons. They're not in it for the love of the music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They just in it for the attention and the women. I'm like, that's so whack.
It is whack.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that back in the day. Back in the day, it was all about the love of the art form. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's missing these artists nowadays. It's like it's only like the older heads, or like the underground heads that really appreciate the genre.
Yeah, they do it for the culture. That's why
Yeah,
Westside
I'm
Gun always
saying
says for the culture.
the next ones coming up, they don't care about it. They only in it to make music, to make a quick buck, and to get a bunch of followers on Instagram and Twitter and that shit. You're not gonna hear this. You
Facts.
know, we've seen it already. When the last time you heard from Chingy,
Oh my god, what a trash ass
Quan?
nigga he is.
You know what I'm saying? When the last time Nelly had a hit? You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah.
Like a music head, I can already look at some of these artists like Migos and Little Yachty and tell you they're not gonna be around in 5 years.
Yeah, they're not, yo.
Cause they riding that wave right now. But in 5 years, they're gonna see, oh, what happened to Migos? What happened to Young Thug? What
Word.
happened to, you know what I'm saying?
That's
And
how that's how I want to do it with my life, you know?
that's the music that I stay away from. I don't touch those type of artists. I
Yeah,
stay
yeah,
with
but
my
try
own.
oh
You
yeah.
know?
But you know what I want to do with my life, try, bro, though?
Yeah,
I want to get paid off this shit.
yeah, I feel you.
I want to be a
It's and
journalist.
you rightfully should. It's a $1 billion business. You know,
Yeah.
you rightfully you deserve to that opportunity to make money off of it now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it was like I mean, if I was presented the opportunity to do it, I would do it too. But my first thinking, because
Yeah.
I grew up in this music. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, it's like I'm thinking about the music first. I wouldn't even care about the dollars behind it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody presented us like to do our own podcast, yeah, I would do it. You know what I'm saying?
Same here.
Because
Yeah,
we talk
same. Yeah.
about what we love naturally. You know what I'm saying? But as an artist, it's like, for me, it's like thinking about it as from an artist standpoint, because it's like, I'm not an artist, so it's like I wouldn't care about all that.
And
But if you're an artist,
hopefully,
or like any new artist that's getting in there, think about the music first before anything else. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like don't make music for your boys, or don't make music for your block or whatever. If you're gonna make music that everybody can hear. You know,
Good shit. Good knowledge, try, bro. For real, man.
you know what I'm
Because
saying? Especially now, like I feel like now, as an artist, as a new artist, use the internet. The internet is a tool, but people have to know how to use it. Use the internet wisely. You know what I'm saying? It's not just about having followers, but promote your brand wisely on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Because these labels, they're not coming to you. It's like they don't want you coming to them anymore. They gotta come to you and have your own following and your own buzz. If you don't have that, they're not gonna sign you.
For real.
You feel what I'm saying?
For real.
Gone are the days where you had to show up at the record label offices and hand them a demo tape. They don't do that no more. Now it's like they checking online to see how many followers you got, you know, how many downloads you got for your song or your mixtape or whatever. You
That's
know,
all they
that's
care
how
about is
Soldier Boy got
followers.
signed. That's how Justin Bieber got, huh?
That's all they care about is followers now. That's all they
Yeah,
care about.
that's Justin Bieber and Soldier Boy and that's how they got signed. They got signed by on YouTube. Tori Kelly, she got signed on. I was watching Tori Kelly sing do her singing video on YouTube before she even got signed.
You know who's an amazing cat? I don't know if you ever heard of this cat though, Triboro. This dude Jameson. You ever hear Jameson?
Nah, I never heard of him.
This is white boy.
Okay.
Yo, amazing R&B. Like I fuck with him better than Timberlake. Like this
Yeah,
nigga,
he's that good.
yeah, he's good, man.
I
I'll
got
send you a couple of joints.
yeah.
Yes, he spells his name JMSAN. Like no JMSN. There you go.
Okay,
Yeah, Jameson.
I'm gonna definitely check him out.
Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah.
He's actually on like the Jesus Piece record. He's on the Game album.
Okay,
Yeah, but
I got checked.
his solo
I don't
work
think I
is
heard Jesus.
amazing. Yeah, that album ain't that good. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
that good.
You kept telling me that you didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like that joint. Man, the chat
You know.
is dead. We got 7 viewers, but niggas ain't really saying nothing.
Yeah.
Did you hear that Chris
Everybody will
Benoit
check
yet?
it. They'll listen to the joint later. You
Yeah.
know. I want to give a shout out to Cold Chillin 86. I did mention him before. Like I told him about the Mobb Deep West Coast mixtape,
Oh yeah, shout out
and
to him
he didn't
too.
know
That's my
about
nigga.
it. So I want to shout out to Stanley Troy and the Real Amadeo, all my followers, my loyal hip hop heads. Like I can talk real hip hop with.
Hmm. I know I said it before, but this is your
Word.
show. Your show too. It's our
No
show,
doubt,
so
no doubt.
yeah.
It's great to actually like talk music with people that share the same interest with you. I
Facts.
couldn't do that before. Like unfortunately, like the other heads I was with, they were into trap music, and I don't listen to trap. I'm boom bap first.
Same here. All fucking day for me.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you talking forward to me when you start mentioning Little Yachty and Chief Keef, I'm like, huh? What you talking about?
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like you speak Spanish to me now. I don't know what you mean.
For real. I can't fuck with that shit, man.
Neither.
I
You know,
can't. That's what
and they like I can't. You when you have if you have a handle, you call yourself the real hip hop junkie, but all you do is listen to trap music. That's an oxymoron.
for real, man.
You know what I mean? Like
For
you
real.
don't listen to hip hop if you bumping trap music all day.
That's so true.
You know what I'm saying? So I had to like get away from people like that and associate myself with real hip hop heads.
Mm-hmm.
Like people that know the artists I'm mentioning, the artifacts and OC,
Hell yeah.
yeah, like if I mention artists like that to these clowns, they don't even know what the hell I'm talking about.
For real, man.
Who?
And a lot of niggas like that on IG and shit. Like, I don't get it, B.
Like they like straight culture vultures. Like, what are you in it for, yo? Are you in it to be famous on social media? What are you in it for?
Mm-hmm. For real. And
I
it
ain't
gets
in
me
it to
tight
be
because
famous. I just love talking music, man. Like
mm-hmm.
that's all.
For real.
You know.
Facts, my nigga.
But it's like you should if you definitely think you have what it takes to be an artist, you should definitely go for it. I definitely will support your music.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's what we need. We need like support. I don't feel like there's like the artists support each other anymore.
Oh no, hell no. Like there's not
Yeah.
this West Side Gun album, right? This shit is bananas, my nigga.
Yeah,
Like I am blown away.
I believe it.
Okay. I'm gonna do a live stream on it Saturday.
Nice.
Talk about
I'm
it.
gonna definitely like download it tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow, right?
It's already out. I got it.
Oh,
I,
it's
I
out
can I
already?
can send you the link.
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
shit,
It's
I
amazing,
gotta hear
bro.
that.
It is fucking
Wow.
I'm gonna send it to the email that I
Yeah.
send you the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
invite, all right?
Yeah, that's my email. Send it today.
Uh, all right. Well,
Definitely.
it's been real, people. I'm gonna get off here now and I'm gonna roll a blunt. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Relax. So
no doubt.
I will see y'all niggas on the flip side. Thank you, Triboro.
No doubt. Always a pleasure.
I appreciate it. And next will be Jodeci. Jodeci's next.
Yes. Can't wait
You
for
know,
that.
I know I'm fiending for that shit. No
Fiending,
pun
get it?
intended. Yeah. For real,
Oh
man.
man.
All right, man. See y'all
All right,
niggas on the
yo.
flip side. Love y'all niggas. Peace.
Later.